this issue of rice, we took some action, and you have heard from the Speaker. He has said it had been resolved, but is resurfacing. So when new things emerge, we address them. But I will do what you have guided me to do.
Thank you. Honorable Namuga.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Please. Information was not granted.
Very important.
Yeah.
How I wish you can allow it. No, Right Honorable, allow it.
Please,
Right,
Honorable, kindly switch off your microphone. Honorable Mara. Honorable Mara. Now, why didn't you ask your size mate, Honorable Mwizuti?
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the guidance you provided to the Minister of Trade. Right Honourable Speaker, as much as this matter is under the Ministry of Trade, we all know that the Ministry granting tax exemptions is the Ministry of Finance. I would want to seek your guidance whether the two ministries should not work together because key item under Ministry of Finance.
Thank you. Yes, but the permits are issued by Ministry of Trade. Okay? So that's why I said, Honorable Minister for Trade, liaise with your colleagues. I mentioned the Attorney General, URA, and all that. So they work together as a team. Honorable Namuga, you had critical information.
I want to thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, but this is for the benefit of the House. Right Honourable Speaker, this is in the Auditor General's report about implementation of the recommendations of Parliament, and I'm speaking as the Deputy Chair Park. It was clearly indicated that you only implement 31% for the last 5 years. So it would have been courtesy for my colleague, I'm a former minister, but for my colleague to have allowed. And yeah, so Right Honourable Speaker, we should take note that the executive only implements 31% of the parliamentary recommendations. So please, you would have taken the information.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues in the public gallery, this afternoon we have students and teachers from FPA High School, Busiro North, Wakiso. They are represented by Honorable Nsubugapor and Honorable Narima. Yes, sir. They've come to observe proceedings of this House. Please join me in welcoming them. Kindly stand up. Thank you. Thank you. Equally in the public gallery, we have a delegation of student guild leaders from King Caesar University, Kampala. They are led by their guild president, Mr. Ainebiona Adonia. They are represented in Parliament by Honorable Nyeko Derek and Honorable Shamim Marinde. They've come to observe proceedings of this House. Please join me in welcoming them. Thank you. Next item.
Designation of members on committees.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Let me commence by congratulating the Honourable Luimba Elias Narukola for upon the hard-earned victory of Kawempe North seat. The rules allow, even in absence of a member, to designate him to the committees, Mr. Speaker, sir.
No, but I didn't complain about that. So whom are you responding to, Honorable?
There were murmurs from the members. Designation of the National Unit Opposition Member of Parliament to Sectoral Committee. Mr. Speaker, in accordance with Rule 187, Sub-Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, I hereby designate the National Unity Platform Opposition Member to the Sectoral Committee as follows. On Environment and Natural Resources, the Honorable Luimba Elias Narukola of Kawempe North. Mr. Speaker, I beg to designate.
Thank you. Honorable position, which committee was the Honorable Secretary?
My memory may not serve me right on the Sectoral Committee, but on the Standing Committee was on Human Rights.
Yeah, because
exactly designated the Honorable Nalukola.
no, you haven't designated. You haven't designated.
I'm yet to,
You're
Mr. Speaker.
proposing and yes. You know why I was raising that? The Natural Resources Committee yesterday was okay, but since we are coming to the end, yeah, I can accommodate. But I think crack next time we must put clear. We know this is the number. I've seen committees with around nearly 60 people, and you have another committee with around that, yeah. So that balance is very completely important for us to, and you see when we are doing. That's why we are going to review your budgets as committees, because we were giving a standard amount for all committees. We say sectoral committees this much, standing committees this much, but one has 40 people, another committee has 20 people. So thank you. Continue with the designation.
But Mr. Speaker, I thank you for that observation. But as per the rules, you are supposed to endorse by making an announcement before I proceed.
I wanted to do yes, I wanted to do both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, designation of National Unity Platform Opposition Member of Parliament to a standing committee. In accordance with Rule 160, Sub-Rule 2 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament of Uganda, I hereby designate the National Unity Platform Opposition Member to the standing committee as follows. Committee on Human Rights, the Honorable Luimbas Elias Nalukola of Kawempe North. I beg to designate Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, I put a question that the Honorable Nalukola Elias be designated to the proposed committees. Those in favor say aye. To the container. The ayes have it. But I had some nay from opposition. Oh, it was this side. Yes, next item.
Item number 3 on the order paper, laying of papers. 1, Annex 1, transfer of budget allocations.
No, Minister for Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay on table a request for reallocation of budget estimates for financial year 2024-2025 and revision of work plans for the third batch of institutions affected under the rationalization of government agencies and public expenditures RAPEX reform and approval of supplementary expenditure schedule 4 for RAPEX affected votes for financial year 2024-2025. I beg to lay.
Thank you. It's referred to the Committee on Budget for consideration and reported back.
Item 3.2, Annex 2, supplementary expenditure schedule 4 for RAPEX affected institutions under batch 3, financial year 2024-2025.
Honourable Minister for Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay on table the supplementary schedule 4 for financial year 2024-2025 for institutions affected by rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure reform under batch 3. I beg to lay.
An opportunity. Honorable Msasizi always checks with me before coming. Today he abandoned me. He didn't pass by me for consultations, but my concern on this, how is it affecting these institutions? Because the budget committee is now going to on consolidation and harmonization and reconciliation of the budget. Honorable Minister, shall we be able to serve you in time with these institutions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are aware the Budget Committee and Parliament generally is very busy finalizing the budget for financial year 2025-2026. However, the request I have laid is in respect of financial year for 2024-2025. We have a situation where the agencies have gone back to the mother ministries, and the staff need to be paid. The activities they have been doing need to continue. I therefore pray that the Budget Committee handles this as a matter of urgent attention, and at an earliest opportunity we come here and do the necessary. Thank you.
Honorable Namuga.
Right Honorable Speaker, I request the Honorable Minister to be clear on this. Last time we received, it was supplementary schedule 2, where a list of some of the agencies that were affected. Now, he's submitting other agencies under supplementary schedule 4. We need to be sure, are they complete, or we intend to bring another supplementary? Because he intends to do this in piecemeal. All the agencies were rationalized once. Why don't you submit a supplementary schedule once such that we are considered? Otherwise, he should inform us whether he intends to come back to submit another one.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I submit schedules for consideration by Parliament as and when the process is ready. We passed bills, and the bills are assented to by the President. Whenever the President assents to a bill, our job is to come here and seek for reallocation of funds. So, Honorable Namuga, through you, Chair, Mr. Speaker, as long as the process is not complete, I am duty-bound to come here as and when need arises. And I am aware that there are a number of bills which are yet to be assented to by the President. When he does so, I will definitely come here and seek for authority to ensure that there is to enable them operate.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Would the Minister of Finance be able to clarify that in the absence of the President signing these bills, how are the agencies operating? Under what kind of accounting system the Ministry of Finance is helping the agencies to survive? Thank you.
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, not until we get a notification of assent that we close the operations of the votes. So the votes are still in place and the funds are still being released to the agencies.
Thank you. Now, honourable colleagues, you know, when we come here, there are things we really agree upon, things which are very direct. We appropriated money for these agencies on their votes. So what they want now is to shift this money from the old votes to the new votes. And Honourable Minister, I just wanted to get one confirmation from you here for the House that you're not bringing any new money. You're not proposing any new money beyond what we had appropriated for these agencies and programs. Give my guidance.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to confirm to the House that the request I have laid is not seeking new money and is neither seeking to transfer funds which have been utilized. If you get into its particulars, you will notice that out of the out of the 62 billion in total for the year for the votes in question, 13.3 billion, because 49 point something billion has already been utilized in the last 3 quarters, which we have covered in the financial year.
Okay, so my guidance is now going to be very clear based on that. Budget committee, I need you to sit, you look through and confirm these figures, and tomorrow report back here. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. report back, we consider this item so that it doesn't interfere, number one, with the operations of government, but number two, with our tight schedule of the budgeting process, which is statutory. So you just need to go and confirm that indeed no new money and no money already spent is being reallocated. Yes, Honorable Nwagaba.
I realize the challenge we are in is because this institution, to some extent, is not helping us to track the movement of bills to the president. We passed these RAPEX bills 3 or 4 months ago, and under the constitution, the president should be assenting within 30 days. Where could the problem be with the failure to assent in time? Is it this? If it is the presidency, why don't we operationalize the past bills in accordance with Article 91 of the Constitution by laying them here if the president is too busy to assent?
Thank you. You know, working together is very critical, okay? And being coordinated. Not each one showing, you know, flexing of muscles and all that. So I think we have been coordinating and linking up with the president on these bills. So we are again going to do that, honorable colleagues. But there is something we are working on as a session, which we discussed with the president a few weeks ago, a certain proposal which we shall be sharing with you in terms of tracking, generally tracking bills which we send to His Excellency for assent. So I refer the supplementary expenditure schedule for RAPEX affected institutions under Batch 3 financial year 2024. The committee on budget for processing and reporting back tomorrow at 2, so that we conclude this process and we don't make government institution fail to move. Next item.
Item 4 on the order paper. Motion for approval of the proposed annual budget for financial year 2025-2026. 1. Committee on Fiscal Infrastructure.
Honorable Chair. Chair, you have 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sorry? Guidance is not provided for in our rules, honorable member. Interruption of debate is provided for under Rule 78 and there is no guidance. Under what rule? Under what rule, honorable? Honorable colleagues, let me first clarify to you. Rule 78 mentions there shall be procedure. But Rule 78(4) says when you stand up on point of procedure, you must say which rule you are going to apply, not the exact rule that gives you procedure. Honorable Atkins is my brother. Okay, let's not go that route. Just tell me what's your issue. Let's not go that route.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for your generosity and kindness. I was here yesterday and you got me to place a request, which I did as an obedient member in your house. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm seeking just basically guidance if this falls under items that you have categorized for matters of national importance. Mr. Speaker, sir, I did indicate...
Is it your issue of tomorrow? Of yesterday?
Yes, about Dr. Besige, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yeah, the team I see here, because tomorrow I expect the Prime Minister, I was thinking it would be better be applied to the Prime Minister, but if you're comfortable bringing it out now, since I promised you, you can bring it. But the problem is, I don't want to refer to say come back and report tomorrow. So if you can be patient enough, we could do tomorrow.
I better do it now, Mr. Speaker, because to me, okay, I feel it's time bound.
Please, please, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I didn't indicate, Mr. Speaker, that December 25, all of us in this house had Christmas with our families. And April 20, all of us in this house again, Mr. Speaker, look forward to having or celebrating the resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But we also know that we have a value system in this country. And the value system is, I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper. Mr. Speaker, sir, December 25 last year, 2024, I had no Christmas whatsoever. And I'm not paying. Easter is out the door. I'm going to have another sad Easter. Mr. Speaker, sir, taking Uganda as a family, wouldn't this house pray through our leadership, through you, that as a country, we ask the leaders of this family called Uganda to allow Dr. Kiza Warren Smith Besige to have Easter with his family come April 2025, Mr. Speaker. That in conclusion, as you guide on that, Mr. Speaker, you'll recognize that I was in the House.
Order.
Honorable Mitchell.
Sorry, point of order, Honorable Mitchell.
Mr. Speaker, I've noted my colleague for almost 14 days raising up with one matter. 14 complete days when the House is sitting, talking about the same matter, Christmas, Easter, Eid, and repeating all Christian and Islamic festival days. Moreover, as I talk now, the people of Busia municipality have problems with the lack of enough electricity. Mr. Speaker, is our colleague really in order to waste time of our people instead of talking of issues affecting his constituencies, our constituencies, and we also to talk about issues of our constituency, and him repeating the same matter every day, Christmas, Easter, Christmas, Easter. I don't know whether he wants to be a deacon or a bishop. Mr. Speaker, is our colleague in order.
Macho, Honorable Atkins belongs to the FDC party. I don't know which faction, but I know FDC. And the person he's talking about is someone he's very close to. So the person comes in, but for me, something touches him. Point, but we've also taken note that Busia has no electricity, and you wanted it on record through Honorable Atkins.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for your kindness, grace, mercy, and generosity. I don't want to take the direction. I don't want to say nothing. Speaker, sir, the way I appeared yesterday in this house is not the same way I've appeared. You recognize that yesterday I had on me a beard. At some point, I thought I was going to keep and grow this beard until I see Dr. Besigye out of prison. But I thought that was not going to work. So what I did, just like I did with the Pope, when the Pope was ushered into ICU, I told God, I'm going to fast, and I'm not going to break my fast until the Pope is out of ICU. And I'm happy that my Holy Father is well and making a lot of progress. So for Dr. Besigye, I've said I'm going to fast, and I'm not going to fast until Dr. Besigye is out of prison. But, Mr. Speaker, as I see it, my request is it really too much for us as a country? Is it true that we got no space anymore to accommodate Dr. Besigye in a country, and we feel the only place befitting Dr. Besigye is incarceration? Mr. Speaker, sir, we at some point saying where exactly should we put our hearts? Mr. Speaker, I'm asking you to join me in pleading with God to touch the hearts of our leaders. And that's the reason some of us are really in requesting to meet with the leaders of this country to ensure that we build a country that is big enough to accommodate everybody, including Dr. Besigye. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, the colleague's prayer is very clear, that I join him in praying. When it comes to praying for a Ugandan, that one I do, and I urge you, colleagues. Fasting, we didn't get details of which fasting. We needed to get details, but honorable colleagues, you know, and honorable Atkins, really I feel your issue. The only challenge on our side, the executive, is that this is a matter before court. Dr. Kiza Besigye requested for bail. Bail was denied by courts. I believe the best route is to appeal. I don't know whether he has appealed. Is it appeal? And he has followed the right process. And we pray that indeed God grants him good health and courage to continue with the process that is going through until he's set free. Next item. I had already called Chair, Physical Infrastructure,
for giving me this opportunity to present the report of the Committee on Physical Infrastructure on the budget estimates and ministerial policy statements for the Ministry of Works and Transport and Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development for the financial year 2025-2026. My Right Honorable Speaker, before I make the presentation, allow me lay on table a copy of the report and the minutes that process this report. I beg to lay. Right Honorable Speaker, in the interests of time, allow me give an executive summary of the detailed report that has been uploaded. I hope the honorable colleagues have. Right Honorable Sir, the ministries, departments and agencies overseen by the Committee on Physical Infrastructure fall under the following programs. Thank you. Fall under the following programs: Integrated Transport Infrastructure and Services Program, where the Ministry of Works and Transport is the lead agency, and the Sustainable Urbanization and Housing Program, where the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development is the lead agency. Right Honorable Speaker, below are the votes overseen by the committee. Vote 016, Ministry of Works and Transport, and vote 609, Local Governments. Vote 012, Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, and vote 156, Uganda Land Commission. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me go straight into the budget outlook and focus on observations and recommendations. I want to request honorable colleagues to focus their attention.
Procedure. Honorable Guzuri. Honorable, you're very smart. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for recognizing that we can do away with our tradition, and that must symbolize this Parliament at all times. I'm moving under Rule 232, Sub-Rule 2, which requires that some documents can, upon request, be inspected by a member. I have listened to the chair submit, and I'm privy to the facts that the sectors he deals with are one of the greatest contributors to emissions in this country. I know traffic congestion costs this country about $1.5 billion annually, and it has made Kampala one of the most polluted cities. I would have wanted to understand whether this ensured whether the various sectors they are handling actually comply with the law, which requires them to integrate climate change into their programming. I can only be able to do that if you exercise your rights and privileges under that rule to help me examine the documents he has laid before this House. Mr. Speaker, I invite you to exercise your rights under that rule and allow me inspect whether this report with these accountments which have been laid here actually comply with what the law says. I kindly invite you. Honorable Koriganda, which rule did you stand? Under what point did you stand?
I said I was moving under Rule 2.
No, under what point did you stand?
No, I said he has laid documents on the table.
No, you stood up under point of order.
No, I said procedure. So
Procedure?
I was saying if you could exercise your privileges under that to help me examine the documents he has laid to ensure that they actually comply.
Sure, these are public documents. Okay, please, clerk. Thank you. Chair, proceed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The compliance with the law, all the ministerial policy statements under the committee's purview complied with the requisite laws and regulations. So it is in order that peruses through some of those annexes. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to invite members to focus on vote 016, Ministry of Works and Transport, as I give observations and recommendations. Right Honorable Speaker, the paid certificates. Right Honorable Speaker, delayed payment to contractors has been and continues to be one of the major factors negatively affecting the construction industry in the works and transport sector. Long outstanding payables are an indication of poor budgeting and cause a risk of litigation and payment of penalties for delayed periods. Consequently, Right Honorable Speaker, contractors lose the properties they use as collateral to acquire loans to execute government projects. Commercial banks, who are the main financiers of the industry, are losing confidence in government-funded projects, making these projects less competitive. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee noted that the proposed budget for 2025 has a budgetary requirement of 1,735 billion, that is 1.7 trillion, towards arrears and unpaid certificates for the National Roads Department, and yet only 150 billion has been allocated, leaving a funding gap of 1.5 trillion. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee therefore recommends and urges government to provide additional resources to a tune of 1.5 trillion to clear the outstanding debt in order to avoid paying interest, which creates an additional financial burden to the taxpayers. Right Honorable Speaker, on the rehabilitation of Tororo line, the committee was informed that on April 10, 2023, Government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Works and Transport and Uganda Railways Corporation as the implementing agency, signed a contract with the China Roads and Bridge Corporation to rehabilitate the 382 kilometers of Tororo-Gulu meter gauge at a cost of 199 billion. Honorable Speaker, this project is fully funded by the government of Uganda and was supposed to take a period of 2 years, with the completion date set at July 2025. The meter gauge railway will support government's efforts to increase stock and quality of strategic infrastructure in order to accelerate Uganda's competitiveness. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee noted that while the ministry had budgeted for 90 billion as compensation, rehabilitation, and supervision of civil works along the Tororo-Gulu meter gauge railway, only 46 billion, Right Honorable Speaker, was provided, leaving a funding gap of Uganda shillings 44 billion. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee takes cognizance of the crucial role that the Tororo-Gulu meter gauge railway will unveil for northern Uganda and Uganda as a whole, upon completion in terms of boosting economic growth through facilitating trade and transport, connecting the region to global markets, and boosting key value chains like agriculture, cement, oil and gas, and therefore recommends and urges government to provide additional 44 billion for the meter gauge if it is to be completed by the end of 2025. Right, Speaker, the committee further recommends that the meter gauge railway to Gulu be extended to Pakwach, because the rail line infrastructure originally terminated at Pakwach and is still in existence, although it needs rehabilitation. Right Honorable Speaker, the new standard gauge railway line, the committee was informed that the standard gauge rail line has been allocated 79 billion under Government of Uganda counterpart funding and 2.2 trillion under external financing for the year 2025-2026. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee was further informed that although the EPCT contract was signed in October 2024 and construction was expected to commence this financial year, although sourcing of more external financing will still take some time. In view of the above, Right Honorable Speaker, the Government of Uganda and the contractor agreed to start part of the preliminary works on the project under limited notice to proceed arrangement for which the budget is Euros 75 million. The works were expected to commence in January 2025, and the process to effect this is ongoing. Whereas the preliminary works are set to commence soon, full works in financial year 2025-26, the external budget of 2.2 trillion is inadequate, but the budget of 79 billion is significantly inadequate. The project requires funding. The committee noted that in financial year 2025-26, the ministry requires 765 billion to fully offset the SGR project, leaving a funding gap of 686 billion. The committee further noted that the SGR project is long overdue, given that the new railway system will alleviate congestion on Uganda's roads, a long-standing challenge and will reduce on passenger travel time through offering efficient and reliable transportation. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee reiterates its earlier recommendation that the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development allocates additional 686 billion towards the standard gauge railway in order to ensure that it fully commences in the financial year 2025-26 as prior planned. Further, Right Honorable Speaker, the ministry should prioritize sourcing for additional external funding for the project. The committee also urges government to fully commit to adequate funding of its critical projects if it is to meet the desired outputs as enshrined in the NDP4, focusing on building and maintaining strategic, sustainable infrastructure in transport, housing, energy, water, industry, and ICT. Right Honorable Speaker, the development of the new Kampala port in Bukasa. The government of Uganda intends to construct a port at Bukasa near Kampala to address the future traffic demands across Lake Victoria. The planned developments involve construction of the port and associated marine transport services and development of rail and road links to the port. This, Right Honorable Speaker, will form part of the central route from Kampala across Lake Victoria to Mwanza and Musoma, and then onto the Indian Ocean ports of Tanga and Dar es Salaam. The main purpose of the project, Right Honorable Speaker, is to develop a second cargo route to the Indian Ocean in favor of Uganda and its neighbors. This is a public-private partnership engagement where GAF Consultants Engineers is the private entity whose role includes acting as technical consultant, project procurement agent, technical assistant for port operations and training. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee noted that in the financial year 2025-26, the project has been allocated 3 billion against the funding requirement of 7 billion. The ministry plans to complete 62.5% cumulative swamp removal and complete reclamation works, as well as compensate 12 numbers of PAPs in the next financial year. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee takes cognizance of the need for alternative routes for both domestic and international cargo, and the adverse effects this cargo has on the country's national roads, and consequently recommends that the ministry be allocated additional funding to a tune of billion to enable it complete the first phase of the project. Also urges government of Uganda to always honor its commitment to counterpart funding. Right Honorable Speaker, rural bridges infrastructure development. The committee was informed that the ministry is implementing a rural bridges infrastructure development project with the aim of enhancing rural connectivity and access to essential services, focusing on trail bridges for safe passage in areas where traditional bridges were lacking. The committee was further informed, Right Honorable Speaker, that in the financial year 2025, the ministry had planned to carry out various bridge constructions in the districts of Bundibujo, that is Nyahuka Mirambi Bridge, Bulambuli, Bukedia, Taja Bridge, Palisa, Aleles Bridge, Kasese, Karojumba Bridge, Shironko, Buna Dasa Bridge.
Honorable Chair, sorry for the interruption, but if you've been seeing how we've been doing, we received these reports much early. I usually want to save time for members to debate because we read this report. So please just go to the critical issues and then I will be able to
Thank you.
debate.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker.
I haven't finished, please. Why the hurry? Yes, colleagues, in the VIP gallery this afternoon, we have a delegation from the Minister of Justice of the Republic of Malawi. They include Honorable Titus Edward Songiso, Minister of Justice of Malawi. Thank you. Mr. Alson Ngombe, Solicitor General and Secretary for Justice of Malawi. Mr. Samson Ngutwa, Clerk to Cabinet of Malawi. Mr. Chiku Nomero, Registrar General of Malawi. Dr. Kuru Kalumia, Honorary Consul of Malawi to Uganda. They've come to observe proceedings of this House. Please join me in welcoming them, but also the delegation is in Uganda on a mission, on a benchmarking visit with the Minister of Justice and Uganda Registration Services Bureau. And of course, they are accompanied by our very own senior registrator and member of this House, Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. And on the technical bench, we have there Mr. Kasamba Robert, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Mr. Gilbert Agaba, Director, Intellectual Property, Ms. Mase Kinobwisho. Oh, they are also in the gallery, sorry, yes. Ms. Mase Kinobwisho, Registrar General, Uganda Registration Service Bureau, and they've come to observe proceedings of this House. Please, once again, join me in giving them a warm welcome. Thank you. Chair, proceed.
Right, Honorable Speaker, in respect to the rehabilitation of this, the committee recommends and urges government to provide additional 52.9 billion towards the rehabilitation of district roads, as they are critical driver towards socio-economic transformation. Right, Honorable Speaker, Road Fund Management. Road Fund Management, formerly URF, Uganda Road Fund, is a department under the Ministry of Works and Transport with a mandate to finance routine and periodic maintenance of public roads in Uganda. The committee recommends and urges government to fully operationalize the road fund in order to enable it to operate within the resources drawn from the second generation fund as resolved by Parliament. Right, Honorable Speaker, the mechanical engineering services. Government procured and distributed road equipment to various districts, government institutions to improve infrastructure and road maintenance. In respect to the mechanical engineering services, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee noted that routine road equipment maintenance and corrective road equipment maintenance outputs are inadequately financed given the gravity of the status of road equipment in most districts. In financial year 2025-26, Uganda shillings 23 billion has been allocated against a funding requirement of 66 billion. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that government adequately funds road equipment maintenance, given that repairs need to be done in a timely manner, because when left unattended to, they develop into much bigger, complicated issues which require more money and a time overhaul. Right Honorable Speaker, under Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, the committee was informed by Uganda Civil Aviation Authority that it required 67.4 acres of land formerly owned by Maif Nagrik to facilitate expansion of Entebbe International Airport. Right Honorable Speaker, in respect to that, the committee recommends that Maif Nagrik should immediately relocate from the land at the airport, which was paid for by Uganda Civil Aviation Authority in 2019. This should be enforced within a month of adoption of this report to clear a way for Uganda Civil Aviation Authority to plan for the expansion. Right Honorable Speaker, the government debt. The committee noted with concern that as of 31st January 2025, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority was owed 159 billion. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that the Ministry of Finance should provide a clear repayment plan to ensure that these government agencies completely repay the debts owed to Uganda Civil Aviation Authority incrementally until completion in a period not exceeding 3 years. On encroachment of the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority land, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee noted with concern that some land and property belonging to Uganda Civil Aviation Authority at Entebbe International Airport and other regional airports was encroached upon by local communities and other individuals. In respect to that, Right Speaker, the committee recommends the following: that Uganda Civil Aviation Authority expedite the titling, proper demarcation and fencing of all its land across the country and seek legal redress, including where tenable enforcement of the eviction of illegal occupants on all its land across the country. The maintenance of aerodrome, Right Honorable Speaker, The committee noted that aerodromes are crucial, acting as vital gateways for international travel. In respect to that, the committee was informed that although civil aviation had budgeted for 10 billion, it was allocated only 1.8 billion, leaving a gap of 8 billion. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee takes cognizance of the revenue that Uganda civil aviation would contribute to the economy, especially through the tourism sector, both international and local, if the aerodromes are well maintained and fully operational, and therefore recommends that government provides additional 8.1 billion towards maintenance of the aerodromes. Right Honorable Speaker, Kampala Capital City Authority. Disparities in project implementation costs. The committee noted with concern that KCCA was concurrently implementing road projects of similar scope at varying costs, despite the projects being in different divisions. In respect to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that the Ministry of Works and Transport should expedite the completion of the study on the unit cost of roads construction, that it can assist implementing agencies' standardized road costing to ensure transparency and accountability in future road construction projects. The study should, and the report shared with Parliament within 6 months of adoption of this recommendation. Management of ongoing construction works. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends as follows: that KCCA should ensure proper traffic management, effective dust control measures during the ongoing works, and adequate protection in areas with deep excavation. That they should also ensure contractors undertake proper forward maintenance of all the roads under construction as well as diversions, and ensure adequate notification to inform road users on upcoming enclosures in a timely manner. Storm water management and drainage systems. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee was concerned about the storm water management and capacity of the drainage systems in Kampala. The recent rains, especially the one of the 26th March 2025, demonstrated poor storm water management and inadequate drainage systems that led to flash floods. In respect to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that the government should prioritize the implementation of the Kampala Capital City Drainage Master Plan by allocating sufficient funds to improve drainage infrastructure and explore innovative solutions to mitigate flood risk in Kampala and surrounding areas. Right Honorable Speaker, delays in completion of construction projects. The committee notes with concern that there have been delays in completion of some of the ongoing projects. In respect to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends as follows: that KCCA should ensure adequate funds for relocation of utilities prior to commencement of projects and expedite removal of old utilities. In addition, Right Honorable Speaker, sufficient funding should be provided for compensation of the project affected persons to expedite project completion and minimize delays. The team and other oversight agencies should closely monitor contractors' progress to ensure effective resource mobilization and provide adequate lighting to facilitate implementation of the night shifts, so as to facilitate timely completion of the Kampala City Road Rehabilitation Project. Right Honorable Speaker, KCCA should fast-track enforcement of existing regulations on parking in buildings so as to decongest streets of cars. A number of structures of basement parking that have been converted into stores that no longer serve their intended purposes. KCCA should design and develop designated parking lots and stopovers for buses and taxis at strategic locations throughout the city to help mitigate the disorganization and congestion in the city. This would improve traffic flow and enhance the overall urban mobility. Right Honorable Speaker, designs of roads in Kampala. The committee noted with concern the designs of numerous roads are inadequate and responsive and not in tandem with the increased traffic. In respect to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that KCCA should expedite its proposed interventions to create paved walkways by covering existing drainage channels as per the design in order to enhance pedestrian safety and mobility in greater Kampala areas. In addition, Right Honorable Speaker, KCCA should develop and implement a requirement for buildings located near roads to pave any undeveloped in front of the building extending up to the road, including the drainage channel. This would address the challenge of open drainage channels alongside roads and enhance pedestrian safety and mobility. Design reviews. In respect to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that the Ministry of Works and Transport should review and update design standards and guidelines in light of the changing environmental and demographic factors. In this regard, Right Honorable Speaker, it should promote the construction of climate-resilient infrastructure with the capacity to withstand the changing climate. Right Honorable Speaker, they should also ensure prioritization of project planning and design to reduce costly reviews once implementation commences. Right Honorable Speaker, there have been scrutiny on the delayed absorption of loans and development partners. I'm not going to go through as you guided, but allow me to give our recommendations with respect to this, Right Honorable Speaker. The committee recommended and urged government to adopt automated procurement processes to reduce delays in the procurement of contractors for civil works and corruption-related syndicates that lead to the lengthy project approvals. In addition to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the government ought to ensure that timely disbursement and utilization of project funds. This will save the government from incurring huge sums of money in commitment fees. Compensation of project affected persons. Right Honorable Speaker, in respect to that, the committee recommends and urges government to ensure prompt compensation, Article 26 of the Constitution of Uganda, of all outstanding PAPs and prioritize the release of funds for outstanding compensation. Right Honorable Speaker, this will mitigate costs associated with compensation delays and ensure that Uganda's rights are protected. The high cost of financing for local contractors. Right Honorable Speaker, in respect to that, the committee recommends and urges government to enhance the current Uganda Development Bank Limited Ugandan Contractors Financing Initiative to make it more inclusive by increasing the annual limit from Uganda shillings 150 billion to 500 billion and offer both contract and trade financing solutions at an interest rate of at least 5% per annum. Additionally, Right Honorable Speaker, the government ought to facilitate the acquisition of construction guarantee pool of Uganda shillings 500 billion in state-owned commercial banks to enable national providers recommended by the Contractors Association to access the required bid, performance and payment guarantees to secure work. Right Honorable Speaker, delayed government projects. Kampala-Jinja Expressway. The procurement process for the Kampala-Jinja Expressway was initiated in May 2018. The project remains incomplete to date due to delays in approval requested by pre-qualified consortia. In respect to this, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends government prioritize this project and ensure that land acquisition is strongly prioritized in the short term. The project is very crucial, Right Honorable Speaker, to the fact that it is meant to decongest the Kampala-Jinja Expressway. The standard gauge railway, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee noted that the government's commitment to providing and releasing adequate funds for project-affected persons' compensation on this project remains sluggish years after the launch in 2014 and its implementation since 2016. Delayed acquisition of the right-of-way has financial implications since some project-affected persons may require revaluation of their land. Right Honorable Speaker, this has cost implication for the taxpayer. This is evidence in the way that there is an ongoing reassessment of sections between parts of Buikwe to Kampala. Right Honorable Speaker, Busega-Mpigi Expressway. In respect to that, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends and urges government to reduce risk of payment and contractor accumulation of interest claims on delayed payments by acting expeditiously. Works on the new Kampala inland port at Bukasa. Right Honorable Speaker, in respect to this, the committee recommends that the Ministry of Works and Transport should expedite the completion of all outstanding Phase 1 works, including the dredging and swamp reclamation, in order to pave way for commencements of other project phases. And to also ensure that the Ministry of Finance completes payment of all affected persons, fully secure the project site from access by all PAPs and authorized occupants and evicting any illegal occupants. Establishing a full resource technical PIC to facilitate progress on the project and clear any outstanding claims by the consultants. Right Honorable Speaker, we also looked at the loopholes in the provision of ferry services. In respect to that, the committee recommended the following: that government should undertake long-term comprehensive country-wide, Honorable Speaker, on upgrade of bridges in the country. The committee recommends the following: that government provides timelines on the proposed new bridge over Karuma, including expected completion of feasibility studies, necessary approval processes, preliminary and final designs, leading to commencement of works in June 2026. Immediately implement the resettlement action plan, indicating the land acquisition for the bridge, funding for the RAP, and compensation to the project affected individuals. National road projects with minimal budget provision. The committee recommends that government avails additional resources for the implementation of these crucial projects. Right Honorable Speaker, as I earlier indicated, the committee also scrutinized budget performance of the Sustainable Urbanization and Housing Program. Under this program, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee came out with the following recommendations. Ministry construction requirements, because the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development informed the Parliamentary, was informed that the Parliamentary Commission intends to demolish Development House, which currently houses the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development.
No, I'm not getting you properly. I thought you are concluding, because I gave you extra time. And
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you for the guidance. Allow me make 3 recommendations before I can conclude. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee takes cognizance of the current budgetary constraints and the need for the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development to relocate to pave way for the Parliamentary Commission to construct offices for Parliament, and recommends that government fast-tracks implementation and construction of the government campus. This will go a long way to saving government the much-needed monies that are currently being paid out in the rent for the affected MDAs. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee also reiterates its earlier recommendations that capital balance of Uganda shillings 88 billion paid to the National and Construction Company Limited in the budget of the financial year 2025-2026. That the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs prioritizes payment of Uganda shillings 32 billion to the National Housing and Construction Company Limited in the budget financial year 2025-26 in its domestic arrears for the debt. And that government should commit to full acquisition of National Housing and Construction Company Limited. Under land acquisition and compensation, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends and urges government to prioritize clearance of outstanding payments owed to various cultural and religious institutions and others in order to avoid litigation that may arise in more cost of government. Government should also avail the balance owed to ranchers before the lapse of the stipulated period. Right Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, Right Honorable Speakers and Honorable Members, the committee considered the ministerial policy statements of the Integrated Transport Infrastructure and Services and the Sustainable Urbanization and Housing Program, and recommends that the report of the Committee of Physical Infrastructure on the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 be adopted. I beg to report, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Colleagues, I'm opening the debate right away. I usually start from other places, other corners. This time I'll start from this side. And I'll start with Honorable Donald Katariwa. I follow with Honorable Lilian Paparu. Wow. Okay, honorable colleagues, please, let's take note of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Number closed. So if I, please pass through a paper, crack. Yeah, because I know this is a very critical, okay? It's a very, very critical issue. But I'm going to give you only 2 minutes. Just be straight to the point so that I accommodate most of you. Okay? Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So please pass through a paper because I'm later and start, you know. So I've picked you, you know how your neighbors, you follow each other. And if you don't treat me where I stop, I will stop wherever I feel like stopping. So you better behave.
Nyangweso. Kuchikumi yaguzeko suit. Eyo jambo.
Please, I already allowed Honorable Donald.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to speak when the Minister of Works is here. And he has just walked out.
He's listening, I've assigned him.
And I see Honorable Musasi is also working to interrupt you, yet my question also goes straight to him. Mr. Speaker, I come from the Rwenzori region. Everything we do in this country regarding roads is always planned for and budgeted for. Mr. Speaker, the road that comes from Kampala and connects to the greater Fort Portal city is the worst road in the country, is the worst road in East Africa, and it is the worst road in Africa and the world. And it is the only road that connects to the only tourism city we have in this country. This road has been several times. I want to ask the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Works, what are they doing for this road? As we talk now, the contractor has abandoned the road. He's not on the site. That is the road that the Prime Minister uses, that the road the Minister of Finance uses, but of recent, they have shifted now to using the Hoima road, meaning that they have abandoned that to suffer. Mr. Speaker.
You can remind him the road again. Thank
you, Mr. Speaker. The road from Mitiana, to Chienjojo is the worst in the country, the worst in East Africa and the world. That is the road that the Minister of Finance uses and the Prime Minister and the Minister of State for Works, Honorable Fred Yamukama. Of recent, they've switched using the Hoima road now to go to Kakumiro instead of the major road they used to use. Mr. Speaker, when elderly people moving to Kampala, we no longer use that road. When we have patients, ambulances use the Hoima road.
On a point noted. Point noted. Thank you. Point noted. I gave 2 minutes each so that I accommodate many of you. Honorable Paparu.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I have read through the report, and as the members of Parliament from West Nile, we have been always presenting here the challenges of the road between Nebi to Arua. Right Honorable Speaker, whenever this road here, what the ministry does is to pick some soil and drop in the pits, and within a week it is done. During dry season, the sand is picked by the wind. During rainy season, the soil is washed away by water. In addition to that, the challenges we have had with the water cutting off Pakwach Bridge, I've not seen in the budget these challenges we have been facing as the of West Nile. So I want to know what the ministry will do, that we are going for the next financial year. There's no allocation to rehabilitate the Nebi Arua Road. That. Right, Honorable Speaker, we are happy that we pushed for allocation of 1 billion for roads in local governments. But this financial running, the ministry came up with a new guideline, removing the 5% which was allocated for administration and oversight. Right, Honorable Speaker, this year the local governments have been challenged on how to oversee and how to maintain the roads that we have been doing. So I want to request the ministry to take note that 2 years down the road, the roads we are rehabilitating with the 1 billion are getting damaged, so that they can review the guideline for the use of 1 billion so that we can maintain. We can allocate some money for road gang to maintain the roads we have done within the one. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable colleagues. In the public gallery this afternoon, we have students of the School of Law, Makerere University, Kawempe South. They've come to observe proceedings of this house. Please join me in welcoming them. Kindly stand up for recognition. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I requested that you write your names down. So if you don't, please, Sergeant at Arms, I requested you. Huh? You're still writing? Yeah. Thank you. Honorable Mroni.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the committee for its report, and thank the Ministry of Works for the support they are giving us. Right Honorable, Bulambuli District is in a mountainous location. The terrain very, very difficult, especially during the heavy rains. The volcanic soils are washed down. Right Honorable, our road of about 50 kilometers from Simukona going up to Bufumbo, bordering Kapchora district, winding up to Bulago, which borders with the Mount Elgon National Park, with a tee-off to Buluganya, up to Buyaga Town Council, where it joins the main road, was put in the manifesto in the year 2016. In 2021, a road was removed from the manifesto. His Excellency the President pledged that be a difficult terrain. Let's use low-cost sealing technology. We welcomed that. But as I talk up to now, Right Honorable, I don't see our road surfacing anywhere. We are still struggling. When it rains, actually we fail to get to our places because all the volcanic soils, all the little maram that is put during maintenance is all washed away. I would like the ministry to give us urgent attention, and including the associated bridges, because we have very many rivers, you know, from Mount Elgon flowing down to the valley. We need urgent attention. Thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Kwasa, Honorable Chon Julius. Yes, colleagues, I'll be picking from all sides. I want to balance the boat properly.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I do thank the committee for the report, and I have two critical issues. The issue to do with bridges. I think being in the 21st century where we are and struggling with making money, a city presents a very good opportunity. Right Honorable, over the world, the best cities have water bodies through them, and Bararate is blessed to have riveries through it. But with it, there are about 4 bridges. But of those, the 3 are very critical. We could use them for easing human transport, but as well make money. When people go to Paris, to Sydney, they are clamoring to London. They are all over all those bridges for tourist attraction, but as well making money. I have looked in the priority bridges mentioned. Surprisingly, Mbarara City, with Kanyeite, with Tashso, with Katete bridges, they are not there. But also, when we do small work without exhausting.
Colleagues, can we have order in the house?
We do shoot ourselves in the feet. You find that little money is allocated to do works on particular issues, like a bridge, like a road, but in a short while, a year, you go back to the same position. And that is happening to Mbara City with the rehabilitation of Katete Bridge that happened, which was not very conclusive and exhaustive. And it won't surprise you, Right Honorable Speaker, that we are again here to vote for that same bridge. So for me, I think that there has come a time when we must concentrate on particular areas to give us income and use that income to reach out to other areas. Right now, Right Honorable Speaker, I do chair the Roads Committee in Mbara City. All the roads we have worked on had no culverts. So when it rains, or they are either enough or no culverts. When it rains, all the money that you have spent on a particular road comes back to zero. You used the Chihanjire road as you visited one of our entrepreneurs, Mr. Kananura. I think you saw that road. Road is flooded. Why? They put gravel, but there are no culverts. So we are back to square one. So I think we need to be smart on how we use our resources. I have seen vouching for 52.9 billion to be added to particular districts. Now I'm wondering, what are others going to use? All of us here, you use roads to go to hospital, a pregnant mother does. A child uses a bridge to go.
Thank you. Clerk, 2 minutes strictly. 2 minutes strictly. Honorable Chon, followed by Honorable Kotagong.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you, and I would like to thank the committee for a good report. Honorable Speaker, and what I wanted to know from the committee report, I think one of the major things that we are way behind is road reserve. If we don't look at the road reserve, is one of the major challenge, because we allow the citizen to come and construct very close to the road. By the time we want to construct the road, you have to compensate these people very highly. Honorable Minister, even in Amuria, I think this is one of the things you should consider, that we should put road reserve first. Next thing, we want to see that what plan do we have for the cycling, like border riders, or even sportsmen, or anybody who want to jog. I think we need really a special place where the cycling would be. These are the kind of a few things which I see in our reports. We don't have it. Cycling is increasing in this country, which is one of the major business in this country, and we don't have a road reserve for these people. I think we're going to lose millions and millions of lives. So thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kotagong, followed by Honorable Kwalinga and Honorable Chamonges.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I want the Minister of Works to pay attention to what I'm saying. Dokolo Nambasale Road is in a very deplorable situation. People have now changed their route. They are now going via Kabaramedo district, which is very far. So, Honorable Minister, you are my neighbor. I don't know why you have abandoned your own people. Why don't you work on that road? You have not worked on that road for 3 years. What's the problem? 3 years. A major road. So, Mr. Minister, my brother, Honorable, please ensure that you work on that. Otherwise, you will not cross Dokolo Road. We shall declare you a persona non grata on that road. Thank you very much. I know you are going to do it. You are my brother, you are going to do it. Thank you very much.
Paringa, by Honorable Chamonges.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I give Infrastructure Committee for a good report. There is an issue that relates to the road equipment and maintenance. I don't know why they have decided to over-centralize the repair centers and the workshops. And I wanted really the fully captured and maybe recommended the issue of decentralizing the repair workshops. Because you find us from Kumi, we have to come all the way up to Jinja for repair. And there's a long queue of repair taking place. And I don't know again why they cannot increase purchase of this road equipment so that the districts are compliant. Whenever they need any works, it's easily accessible. Then secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, whereas I appreciate the government for a very good road, Tirinyi, Palisa, Mukongoro up to Kumi, the road is causing accidents every week almost. Every week, because there is no control of speed. There are no humps, and I'm told you are saying this is a highway passing through peasants' homes. Are peasants not residents of that road? These are also residents of that area. So you cannot say it's a highway. If it is a highway, put it to pass underground on the sky. But you cannot endanger most of our voters. Who will be voting for His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Opoloto the garden himself? So thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Chemonges, Honorable Nabukira Nifa, Honorable Nabukenya Brenda, Honorable Macho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I join the members in thanking the committee for the report. Except that the report did not identify problems of our roads like in Sabei. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Transport, Honorable Echero, is here, and I'm lucky I took him to see the roads of Sabei, especially Queen. Remember how we climbed up and turned and you saw the roads. Mr. Speaker, we will be requesting all along that Sabei should be given a stone hammer because our roads are bad. You are either climbing or sloping, and they are. We've been asking the minister all along that it would be fair for us to have a stone hammer so that you can bring the stones along the road, use the same stones to lay, and then it would work. Because in Queen, we don't have Maram. You can't get Maram. To get Maram, you must travel for about 200 kilometers. And finally, Mr. Speaker, there is a road that but telling the minister, and he saw it, from Tariet, we went at the road that can go along the upper side of the Mount Elgon, athletes to train, because they say they want to have at least where they can make a round. From Tariet, they go from the upper side, then they slope to Kaptum, then they come along the main road and then turn back to Tariet. That is the biggest request from the people, that the minister is seated near the chair. I think.
Thank you. Honorable Nabukira Nifa, Honorable Nabukira Brenda.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank you, Chair, for your report. Mine is about the road safety signs on the road. But I want to talk about specifically Mukono. From Kampala towards Mukono, we need humps. Actually, we even need we need humps. We need signs because we get monthly almost over 2 accidents in a month. And so cars come at a terrible speed from Kampala, and you know Mukono is a growing city. So it is congested. We have a university, we have hospitals, it is so crowded. And even at the roads, people are doing business. So we need to sensitize people that reserves are meant not to, business people not to conduct their business there. So I request that we put humps and zebra crossings to help our pedestrians move smoothly on the road. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Brenda. Honorable
Thank
Macho.
you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the chair for the report, and also the chair informed the House that they need 7 billions this financial year, I hope, to work on the standard gauge railway. Right Honorable Speaker, in 1896, that in Mombasa, and it was born to Pakwach. And right now, 100 and more years, it is not working. And you can imagine in the budget, they need 7 billions, but it's not even available for them. They are saying they are giving them to a tune of 4 billions. Right Honorable Speaker, we need to have enough money, because the idea is we need to better transport using the railway line. So if it was born to be in Pakwach and in Pakwach in 1898, 100 years and more, you're still not in Pakwach, it's not functional, and the money is not there. When Uganda even goes beyond Pakwach, we need to provide money to better our railway network. Right, because this should be prioritized by the Ministry of Transport Works and whatever. It is very, very absurd that we are at this point, but I want to support the committee, and we approve, add them the money, and they have the 7 billions. Right, Honorable Speaker, the next issue is on the road equipment. Most of our districts are in lowlands. The terrain is low. But you find that on the road equipment, we never get an excavator. It's the grader, the truck, and that machine that presses the maram after it has been worked on. We need to...
Thank you. Honorable Macho, Honorable Wanika.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the chairman and the committee for the good job they have done. Right Honorable Speaker, I expected to hear from the chair's report and the committee concerning the standard gauge railway connectivity from Malaba to Majanji via Busia municipality. And they have been very silent on that matter. Moreover, is one of the key burning issues that will make President Museveni get more votes in the Busia municipality. At the same time, Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a lot of anxiety of the people of Busia to hear from government concerning in a road of 18 kilometers from Lumino to Buhehe, connecting Mulwanda for the new custom border post, whereby in Kenya they have up a very good marked roads from Funyula up to Mulwanda. And as I talk now, the Minister for East African Affairs is promising people that anytime the customs entry point is going to be opened. At the same time, Busia municipality, where I lead, is the gateway to Uganda. But we have very few roads that are tarmacked. I am happy that partly the Minister of State for Works, for Road and Works, Honorable Cheru, is having one leg in Busia. And when he was there, he promised my people that we shall be given more kilometers of tarmacked roads. I have not heard anything about this. Moreover, with the big number of trailers that cross Busia municipality to Kenya, I don't know what answers we shall give to our people. I therefore seek, Mr. Speaker, his attention on this matter, because I see the committee is silent about it. And lastly, government, be sympathetic to the people who use the Jinja-Kampala highway.
Thank you. Honorable Wanika, Honorable Narima.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the 10 new cities have operated the last 4 years without road equipment. And they have promised us severally on the floor of Parliament that they will provide for money to secure road equipment for the 10 new cities. I want to be certain that the ministry, the government has provided for that money. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, Busega Highway is part of the East African Northern Transport Corridor. Funds were secured. Right Honorable Speaker, I saw you on that route. You went to do oversight there on our behalf. And when you were there, work began to move.
But currently there is almost no work being done. We want to know what is the reason for the delay for this very important infrastructure that is connecting Uganda to the business world in the West. What is happening, Mr. Minister? I so submit.
Thank you. Honorable Narima, then Honorable Kamuntu Moses, Honorable Kia Joan, Honorable Kasoroba.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, I don't follow the list the way they are. I pick NRM, I pick opposition, I pick independents. I want us to have a mix in terms of submissions. But everyone on the list, they are going to submit. Maybe if you're rushing somewhere, you can go. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, and we also appreciate the Chair, together with his members, upon this report. Mr. Chair, Mr. Speaker, those who sat before us in this Parliament earlier on had solved the matter of road maintenance, and they really put up the road fund. We are asking finance, what has happened when the road fund is operationalized in order that road fund management, it's still not the road. No, I still stand by my question, Mr. Speaker. I don't wish intervention. What has happened to the road fund operationalization, such that at least we ensure that funds are provided to several other entities, and especially districts, local governments, municipalities? Up to this day, we are having local governments not getting road fund, and we are seeing that several of them, even though they are supposed to receive, they don't get. So what is happening to the operationalization of the road fund? Mr. Speaker, also allow me to draw to the attention of this House an international embarrassment we are getting as Uganda. At Entebbe, we are having the Chigungu Road. That road goes to the Chigungu Catholic Church. Remember, it was where Father Mapel and Brother Lodre really landed in Uganda. But as you land in this country, some of you, when it's sunny, you see that time of really dust rising, and you just know that now you have reached Entebbe. Some of those signs are embarrassing to this country. Can we also have Ministry of Works consider that road and get it tarmacked so that we reduce on the embarrassment of this country? As I summarize, let's also have compensation for the many projects ongoing for the people who are affected by.
Honorable Kamuntu Mother, followed by Honorable Kia Joan, then Honorable Kasero.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Sorokabale Road was a very expensive project that was abandoned immediately. And if it is not worked on within a few weeks, it is going to cause a serious crisis. There are 4 spots. One is in Mugindi, another one is in Muko, that are giving way. And when the president was in Western Uganda, we talked about it, and the minister promised to come and fix it. And now that it is a heavy raining season, it is going to give way. Right Honourable Speaker, all tourism roads in Kigezi are not worked on. Tourism roads around Bugindi, they are not even first-class manner. And that forest brings in every day 600 million Uganda shillings. So it is high time we start considering these areas where the government is making a lot of money, and we put some more money. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Joan Okia.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The committee makes reference to a term, low volume roads. Now, one such road in Madiokolo, from Pakwach through Madiokolo to Arua, used to be such a road. But due to the breakdown of Nebi, Goli, Arua Road, all traffic, heavy trucks, even many of the MPs in this house have passed through Madiokolo, through Pakwach, Madiokolo. That road, which was a low volume road, has been completely destroyed by these heavy trucks. And so my question, and part of this road was a presidential directive to the Ministry of Works that they should work on it using high grade Maram. This has never happened. There's a lot of patch-up work. This road is now in a sorry state. My question to the Ministry of Works, what is the plan? His Excellency has said the government will look for tarmac for these roads. But in the meantime, he has said, why put high-grade Mara on these roads? What is the plan? It was pledged for 2023 budget, 2023, 2024, nothing. 2024, 2025, we waited, nothing. What is happening in 2025, 2026 on this road? I thank you.
Thank you. Robert. Followed by Honorable Kizak Robert, then Honorable Stella Isodo.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. But in the report, Chair and the Honorable Minister, they highlight an issue of unit cost. But to my recollection, Right Honorable Speaker, this very Parliament allocated national concern of the unit cost of a road in this country, and that one I was responsible for money, 10 billion to Ministry of Works to come up with proper unit cost of a road in Uganda, and we thought that would solve the problem that no more such occurrences will happen. Up to now, Right Honourable Speaker, Honourable Minister, we've never received the unit cost of a road in this country still, and yet the money was allocated to Ministry of Works and it went to Ministry of Works. We wouldn't be prudent for Honourable Chair that the committee interested in sort of finding out what happened to that money and how far is that report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Minister will first respond and then we see whether we need that going with the committee.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for Porto Wondibujo Road is one. Mr. Speaker, because of the terrain, because of the landslides, the road is actually gone. We now this is use one lane. The Committee of Physical Infrastructure was on the ground. Mr. Speaker, if government does not look for money to rehabilitate this road, we are going to use much more money than they used when it was being constructed. Mr. Speaker, if you go from Chichwamba to Karugutu, there are so many potholes. If one would like to rear fish, I think the place is now favorable for the fish ponds. So I implore government, now that Wundibujo has only one route, we only have one route. If that road is gone, I think government will maybe deploy choppers to carry out transport. So it is my request that expeditiously that road is worked upon. I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Isodo.
Honorable Speaker, I rise on 3 roads. First of all, to appreciate the committee chair. On page 37, he reports that LLS Bridge is completed. I'm here to report and also inform the minister through you, Right Honorable, that the LLS Bridge is still not passable. It's wrong to report that it is complete. That is connecting Palisa to Ngora. Number 2, Tirinyi Palisa Mukongoro Kumi Road. On Saturday, the 12th of this month, I was traveling and 3 people were knocked dead at the junction Mukongoro. And so that road, I add voice to the area MP that we need speed limit checks or humps. The minister knows the language very well. Lastly, Mukongoro Ngora Kapir to Soroti Road needs upgrade because it's a central government road. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable Wilson Kajwenje. Honorable Feta Geoffrey.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is at this time of budgeting process that we all converge to talk about national matters, not specifically our constituencies. Let me start with the drainage in the city, which affects all of us. I have on several occasions seen Ugandans not so well brought up who just throw garbage anyhow. It is this garbage that is thrown on the streets that end up clogging the drainage. It's an act of good manners that first and foremost all able-bodied and well brought up Ugandans desist from that. Our drainage is clogged because of that. But also, Right Honorable Speaker, it is also important to note that this garbage originates from all our constituencies. We do not need to bring an appeal to the city. We need this, as the Minister of Agriculture actually should take interest in this. So we could invest in adding smaller value addition. We retain this so that we bring clean food to the city. Having said that, Right Honorable Speaker, Kavera should be banned. But having said that, Right Honorable Speaker, let me turn to my constituency. So we ban Kavera, we ban plastics, all that. And it is this house, it is at this moment when we are planning and putting the budget. My constituency, I come from Nyabushozi. And there is a road that has featured in 4 manifestos.
Thank you. Honorable Feta, Honorable Tahigwa.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank the committee for the report. I am glad the Honorable Musa Chero, the minister, is here. He promised to come to West Nile. He has never come. 1 year later, I hope you will give us a report of your plan of the Nebiarua Road. I almost died on that road yesterday morning as I was coming here. It has life-threatening potholes. So you give us a report of what your plan is. 2, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee reported that CAA has budgeted 10 billion of up to aerodromes. The available money is 1.8. They need about 8.2 billion to do it. Last financial year, CA budgeted 20 billion shillings to do Arua Aerodrome runway. The ministry stopped them. They took a company called the MS something, east of Eden, to do a feasibility study. 1 year and 3 months later, there is not even 1 page of a feasibility study. The money which was budgeted was later diverted to Ginger. So the ministry needs to tell us what is their plan. Are they doing it deliberately? Because that airport is the second busiest domestic airline airport after Entebbe. So what is your plan? Are you frustrating us? What do you want us to do? Do you want us to walk to Kampala so that you feel these guys are really strong? Honorable Minister, the country should really improve all the transport systems so that we grow. If you go to Tanzania here, the domestic routes are operating very well because all the airports in the regions are working very well.
Thank you. Honorable, you don't need to walk to Kampala for you to be seen as strong. He can see you're strong. When you look at him, you see he's a very strong man. Yeah. But Honorable Echeru, Honorable Feta raises a critical issue. I just wanted to know also about Mbarara. When are you reopening Mbarara aerodrome? Yes. But also, these aerodromes you are making, which are small, because you see, when I see Uganda Airlines even rushing abroad, if they could start with the domestic ones, the money they would make, it is even much more sustainable. Just local ones. But that will only be possible if you could enlarge the existing infrastructure. I heard you're trying to make one in Kanungu. For God's sake, you have a private individual who put in a lot of money to put on an airstrip. For example, why don't you tamaka that for now so that the tourists can be going to Kanungu? And you show support to the private sector because you've supported many. I saw Mr. Msinguzi Garuga's airstrip. If you could work out with him and you just tamak it, and then people be running there, you make money, the tourists. So Honorable Rutahigwa, followed by Honorable Kum Gabriel, then Honorable John Face Magoro.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the Chair for the report, a good report, but my concern is on road equipment. Right Honorable Speaker, some districts are very big, and the geography, the challenging. The equipment that we have today, and I want to use the example of Rukunjiri, the equipment is very old. In fact, for Rukunjiri municipality, we now have to hire. We cannot use our own equipment. And hiring is very, very expensive. Right Honorable Speaker, according to the report, I think, if I got it well, 66 billion was budgeted for, but I think the provision, they only provided 23 billion. I want to recommend, I want to ask this through you, Right Honorable Speaker, that all that money should be available to buy equipment for our constituencies. And I also want to mention, because if you look at Rukunjiri itself, for example, one road equipment cannot be enough. By the time the equipment is in a, let's say, Rubabo County, it does well, but by the time it goes to Rujumbura, the whole of Rujumbura will be too bad. It will have gone very, very bad, and it becomes very expensive. So I want to request the ministry to consider, if the money is less, but let them consider Rukunjiri to have the road equipment purchased. Second.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to bring to the attention of the Augusta House, Nebi, Goli, Zombo, Vura Road. This road, the minister is very familiar with, and this road is a very big, toxic political road in that region. Currently, DRC is our biggest trading partner. Between Nebi and Goli is only 14 kilometers, and government has been promising to work on 14 kilometers since 1996. I perused through this budget, which has been read before Parliament this afternoon, but to my dismay, Goli is not featuring anywhere. Can the minister, for God's sake, bring to light to the country, can it actually tell the people of Uganda, and the Luru people where he worked for a very long time, and he got blessings now a minister of works, what is going to do for them before these coming elections? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Magoro.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the committee for the report. But one of the things, since it is a planning time, Honorable Minister, when you look at Bugisu sub-region and you see the terrain, yes, like for example, last year you provided 7 billion per unit per district. But when you talk about when all that is put, the following day it is all swept away by the rains. We have always put in our plan that why can't we provide low-cost sealing for those roads? We can go slowly, but we shall reach there. Because you put it there today, and the following day, it is all washed away, and we go back to zero. When we talk about planning, that's what should inform our planning as a ministry, so that we are able to use little meager resources that we have for the good of our country. Secondly, I wonder, Honorable Minister, where you use when you are going to Soroto or to Teso. If you use the Ginger Highway, I think it is important that we get timelines about the Ginger Highway, Kampala Highway, so that we are able to know what we are talking about. The road that takes hours, it brings every good in this country, and you sit there overnight trying to access the city. It is embarrassing, Honorable Minister. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Nyashkongoro. Honorable Nzima Godfrey.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank the committee, but I want to go straight to the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Works. Nyakambu, Wizwera, Nsika, Kabwohe Road. It has been Chambra. They know it very well. This road has been surfacing. And we've met the Minister of Finance who said that, I don't know how they skipped it. That is Honorable Matia Kasaija. He said it was a presidential directive that this road should be worked on. We
don't mind it.
Interacted, I'm going to talk about all of them. We interacted with Honorable Musasizi who said that you need to be patient. There is no money. This road was surveyed. They took land titles for people. They cannot do anything on their land, that they were going to be compensated. Recently, the Minister of Works, General Katumba Wamala, said that the contractor was identified. They are supposed to be on the site. They only need some little money from Ministry of Finance. Now, even in this financial year, I don't see it among the roads that were going to be worked on. What message should we take to the people? It was in NDP 2, NDP 3, in NDP 4, it disappeared. That it is on feasibility study. They are looking for money to do feasibility. How do they do feasibility when they came and started even marking and taking land titles for people? What message do we take to the people? In all the financial years that have been, we have been telling people the road is going to be worked on, the road is going to be worked on.
Honorable Nzima, Honorable Atima, and Honorable Albert Lokoro, Honorable Solomon. Colleagues, just let me make it easy. Please, I registered you. Don't lobby me. Don't lobby me. You're registered. If you know you're rushing somewhere, kindly go. Then those who are able to remain, I will pick them. But I registered. And if you didn't register, don't send me cheats here. Yes. Don't send me notes here. Please put me on what? No. We closed. Please, Honorable Nzima.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank you for the opportunity. I also want to thank the committee for the good report. Mr. Speaker, sir, when the budget cycle starts like this, is when one wants to see whether issues that are challenging in their areas are considered. In my district of Yumbe, there is a road from Yumbe district headquarters that runs 21 kilometers towards Terego, up to a river called Ure. Due to pressure of various vehicles that work in refugee camps, Japanese government decided to give around $25 million to work on that road. That was way back in 2018. We have been seeking support from government to provide for the counterpart funding such that this road can be worked on. Since then up to now, government cannot give us explanation as to why they cannot provide the counterpart funding. Many times we see government coming with loan requests to work on the roads, borrowing money as a loan to work on it. This is a grant from Japanese government. We cannot take advantage of a free money, but we opted to borrow money to work on other roads from banks. This beats logic and reason. We can't understand this. Because you have free money, you can't take advantage of it. But you opt to go and borrow money to do other roads. It doesn't sound well. And we always fail to explain to our people why government has failed to give us the counterpart funding. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to appeal to the ministry. At least if they cannot give us that money, the counterpart funding, then they should give us a reason.
Thank you. Honorable Tima, Honorable Albert Lokol.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I also join others in thanking the committee for the good report. Right Honorable Speaker, my observation on one point of extension of meter from Gulu to Pakwach is a very good idea. It's a welcome idea, but I will employ the committee to extend this meter gauge relay to Arua City, because we have a value addition facility there which need raw materials from Acholi sub-region and Teso that will serve that value addition with raw materials. It will be a good idea. Two, Right Honorable Speaker, this 1 billion for road funds, for road maintenance in the districts is a gift to some technical officers in the districts and cities, because Arua City and other cities in the country have no road equipments. So I have not seen the committee come up strongly with a budget for road equipments for the 10 cities in this country. It will be prudent for them to have that factored in. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, ongoing works, construction works in the country. I have 2 points to mention to the committee. As I was driving from Arua to Kampala, between Olweyo and Karuma, the minister communicated that after maintenance of rehabilitation of Karuma Bridge, Ayago and Karuma were opened. Honorable Minister, when I was driving, you did not provide road safety signs on the road, and Ayago Bridge, one side has no guards, and there are just some few poles.
Thank you. Honorable Albert Lokoru, then Honorable Sorumori.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also take this opportunity to thank the committee for the good work of the report. Right Honorable Speaker, I am lucky that our minister is here with us. I happen to come from Karamoja region, which is characterized by some challenges, and mostly of insecurity across the border with the neighbors. And I went to inspect a road together with our minister from Moroto to Loktonyala. And while we were there, I told him that I bordered the Turkana on this side and I bordered the Pokot on this side. But there is a need for a ring road because of the porous borders. There is a need for a ring road that starts from a parish called Pelipel to Nakiloro to buffer the Turkana when they are coming to invade and cause insecurity in Karamoja or in Uganda. From that time, I have not heard anything regarding that ring road. Honorable Minister, what's the problem? And yet we are saying we should have one East African community. We should be peaceful. What's happening? I have ever engaged your commissioners to consider this ring road to connect the whole mountain of Moroto and to ensure services are provided to the people of Tepet County, which I represent in this house. What's happening exactly? And then secondly, the issue of bridges and culverts. The only good bridges are those ones constructed by disconstructed.
Thank you. Honorable Sir Maureen, Isaac Temugi, Juliet Bashisha,
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My observation, the committee only captured the 44 billion for the compensation of Tororo, Gulumita Gauge Railway Project without indicating the compensation for the few landlords in Arua city that vacated their land for the construction of Arua Airfield. I pray that they just that, such that the few landlords that were not catered for should be catered for. Secondly, Arua Biliafe Road, I'm raising this again. And the Arua Lia or Dramachako Road is generating for this country a lot of revenue. And we do have border markets there. The roads are not in a good state, and I do not know how long we are going to take to work on those roads, because the electorates are asking us, and we are near towards to campaign periods. I pray that the ministry should be able to provide an answer or help us to work on those roads. That's my two observations. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Timuki, Honorable Shisha, Honorable Katsimi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to start by reiterating my greatest disappointment that once again Nebi Goli Zombo Vula Road has missed out on this year's budget. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are in the verge of losing a lot of votes because of this road in this upcoming election, and these are strong NRM strongholds. We have taken great officials. We took Madame Kejina there, the then Executive Director of UNRWA. We drove through the entire stretch of road. Still, she promised us air. We took you yourself, Right Honorable Minister. We drove through the entire stretch of road from Nebi to Vura. Still, you promised us air. His Excellency, the President, has been there 3 times, made proclamation that that road of Nebi, Zombo, Vura is going to be repaired. Up to now, nothing. We hope something can be done very soon before elections. Secondly, the Alui Nebi Road has faced tremendous delays up to now. That project was supposed to have ended a long time ago, and most of the reason is because you are not providing enough funding to the China Railway to complete that road. And then on the issue of Uganda Road Fund, most of our districts last received funds or money in the 2nd quarter. We are really in dire need of that money, especially our sub-counties. And while on the issue of sub-counties, what is happening from the Ministry of Finance in regards to coding the new sub-counties and the new town councils? They are failing to get road fund because they have failed these new areas. Well, lastly, on the issue of bridges, district bridges are now almost finished. In my constituency, we have a bridge. It's almost now it's just a death trap. We have Kibera Bridge, another death trap. We have Pajukwi Bridge, it is now another death trap. What are you upload and maintain their district bridges? We need your help. Thank you.
Honorable Shisha, Honorable Katsimi, Katanya Sowed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My concern is about the rehabilitation of Chitagata, Mutara, Kabira, to Rukunjiri Road. That road connects people who use Chitagata Hospital, and it is the only hospital that serves Bushenyu Greta. It connects the people who use the Chitagata Hot Springs, and it connects the people, actually it's the route to Mutaka Mines. Mutaka Mines has heavy trucks that carry minerals from Mutaka to Kapeka. And those heavy trucks have totally destroyed the road, Honorable Minister. Of recent, some robbers and thieves are using the bad spots, especially of Kafunzo, Rubanga, Molama, Chitozo, even to harm passengers. We request for your urgent attention. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, we have Nchwera Bridge. Honorable Minister, you visited Nchwera Bridge. You know that even the Deputy Speaker cannot connect to his own district unless he uses, another route. 3 years down the road, Honorable Minister, you've not worked on Nchwera Road. I request that we get at least attention for that bridge. recently it almost killed district officials. The vehicle almost fell in that road, in that bridge. Right Honorable Speaker, I request that at least we work together and make sure that Nchwera Bridge is worked on. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I think this has been the greatest submission since we started. Yes, but Honorable Minister, yes, I know you should be able to update us, because I know on Nchwera Bridge there is some good update. Yes, I've been in touch, but since when I was raised it, you see the road from Ishaka, that is from Chizinda, to go through Honewaneti's area to my constituents, colleagues who visited me last time when I hosted the president, and we were thanking him for the good road. So the speaker and honorable colleagues called and asked, I said, so why didn't you make us pass through that good road, which you're thanking the president for? I said, no, this one you've used. People have never forgotten. You know, because you see, some of us, when we are complaining, we cannot come here very much. But so honorable, we are dying silently. We are dying silently. But you see what is painful? A road, I don't have any central government road in my constituency. None. And I neighbor 3 districts, but I don't have any central government road. The district of Bushenyi, the district of Mitoma made recommendations for you to take over a road that comes from Chizinda, connects Mitoma, connects Rukunjiri. Just take over. You have refused because the district cannot manage that road. Now, you want me also to... I want to wait for my sister to speak for me. But Honorable Minister, yeah, seriously, Honorable Minister, look into it. Look into. I don't have a central government road in my constituency. I only survive on district roads, which have nothing. So, Honorable Katsimanet.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mine is about to Mbalala Kabohe Bushenyi Shaka Road. Right Honorable Speaker, this road was in NDP 1, 2, 3, and it has now been carried forward to NDP 4. Right Honorable Speaker, when they were reading the report, I was very sure, 100%, that I would see this road in this budget. But to my dismay, it is nowhere to be seen. Right Honorable Speaker, in 2021, His Excellency the President directed UNRA then to rehabilitate the road. The road is in a solid state. It is too potholed despite its economic benefits. Right Honorable Speaker, this morning I took the initiative to call the regional traffic officer to give me the statistics of how many people have perished on that road. Bushenyi alone, 23 people since January to date. Shema, 32. Rubirizi, 14. Mitoma, 7. Buheju, 8. In total, since between January and to date, there are 84 people that have perished on that road. Those are the ones that have been indicated. There are those that are not known. Right Honorable Speaker, it is very unfortunate and regrettable. Mr. Minister, kindly look for money from somewhere. This road cannot wait, and work on this road. This is a road, Right Honorable Speaker, that connects very many tourist destinations. It is a road that connects to the RDC Mpondwe border.
Thank you. Honorable Kitanya Sowed, Honorable Najuma Sara, Honorable Kayagi Sara.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, on page 71 of the report, the roads that have been stated, there are around 65 roads, but Right Honorable Speaker, I have observed that some of the roads that had been planned for this year and they are not yet worked on have been abandoned, and now they are introducing new roads. For example, Right Honorable Speaker, in my constituency, I have a road called Ngenda, Nyakalengijo, Mubuku, Mariba Road that is in this current year. It has been abandoned. The same road is in the NRM manifesto, and the president told us that this is Chisanja Hakuna Mchezo. I am now wondering why the minister is abandoning this road, and yet the minister knows that he has invested interest in my constituency and that he's part of this road. The second issue, Right Honorable Speaker, is the issue to do with the roads that were formerly under UNRA. Right Honorable Speaker, the roads that have been under UNRA are currently under a very sorry state. If you look at these roads, you now begin regulating as to why we really rationalized UNRA. A case in the example is the road from Rugendabara to Chitwamba going up to Kasangali. It is now currently impassable, Minister. I would want to request.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank the committee for the report. I've read through the roads that are going to be worked on. Right Honorable Minister Echwelu, that name, Honorable Minister. Thank you that you're working on the road from Luwero to Butarangu, but most people on that road are not yet compensated. And that road is supposed to have a second phase from Butarangu to Ngomath to Masindi. Where is the second phase? And also we are supposed to work on the road from Chisule, Nakaseke, Kapeka. That is a presidential pledge. When I talk about roads in my district, Nakaseke or Greater Luwero, know what we are talking about. We contributed a lot to the coming to this. Yes, we contributed a lot. You have to take as a priority. Yes. How can Nakaseke have few, Greater Luwero have few kilometers that are tarmacked? Let's be ashamed, the Right Honorable Minister. Even now from Butarangu to Ngoma, the road is becoming impassable. We are getting hurt, we are getting annoyed, you people. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Kayagi Sara.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank the committee for the report. Right Honorable Speaker, I think the word priority is changing meaning in the area of road infrastructure. We have had roads that have been in the budget, identified for over 5 consecutive financial years, and they are identified as priority, unfunded priority roads. And Right Honorable Speaker, these roads remain unfunded priority. For example, Bududa Sachula Road. It appears in the budget this year, next year, the other year, and nothing is done. So there is no equity in the distribution of road network in this country. Right Honorable Speaker, for us who come from mountainous areas, gravel, maram roads are not working. Honorable Minister, you need to sit back and rethink. If we do not consider having a low-cost ceiling on these roads, we are going to continue spending money on gravel, and yet it's not working. Look at sub-regions. Bugisu sub-region, we only need 300 kilometers of low-cost ceiling tarmacked roads, and we will be done. We shall not even come back to you and complain. 300 kilometers. This is a road that is worked on going to one area. Honorable Minister, priority statement, unfunded priority cannot appear in your budget for over 5 years. And the new roads come in, you work on them. So why do you continue saying?
Thank you. Dr. Isamat Abraham Ogwari Gori Chiagahirari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. Mr. Speaker, we do appropriation, we also do oversight. Lucky enough, some of us here are even chairpersons of the District Road Committee, and I happen to be one of them. Mr. Speaker, in my district, Ngora district, as much as I'm a very able chairperson, because there is evidence, the problem that I have in Ngora district is the district engineer and the cow. And I want to believe in many districts in Uganda, this is a cancer that must be treated. When we were having lunch, I had one colleague say that her district engineer, after a long period, when he finished grading, he went and then poured maram on the road. In my district, I have written a report to the district cow. I've even copied to the speaker. I've copied to the minister for works and transport, and then other authorities. The issue that is paining me and the wananchi, the community, there are various roads in Ngora district where attempts have been put to work on, but the materials that these people have used are poor quality. We have earmarked 52.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I really want to thank the government for the 1 billion shillings which has been provided for local government. In Dokholo, it has helped us a lot. Thank you. Having said that, I know that roads under the spirit of program budgeting support issues related to industrialization. And in program budgeting, we are talking about industrial parks. Industrial parks, we have planned for about 22, but the budget for it is always a challenge. My proposal is, why don't we have those districts which have industrial parks, you add them at least half a billion, so that they have 1.5 billion, so that they are able to start developing their parks by opening the roads, and then also have electricity. Having said that, I want to reiterate what my brother mentioned, the Dokolo-Namasale road. The importance of that road is that it will reduce the transport distance by 164 kilometers. It will also reduce the consumption of fuel by 40% if competitiveness which a road is supposed to bring for supporting a process of industrialization, which I have talked about in my earlier comment. My request is kindly, let's plan for roads to develop the place well, especially if we don't have municipalities. We're expecting a municipality in Dokolo, but as we wait for it, let's have incentives which come with the municipality in terms of areas for roads. Thank you.
Thank you. Tiagahirare Sector Robert Ngopek Linus Adeke Ann.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Minister, I'm going to talk about the Mpigi Busega Express. That road caused the diversion of the Masaka Highway, that all cars going to Masaka and Mbarara are going through Mpigi Town Council. UNRWA had requested for only 6 months. Now it's almost 1.5 years. But surprisingly, there is no work taking place in PG Busega Express. There is nothing taking place, and we are worried because the traffic is too much, causing congestion in Impigi Town Council, accidents, and the road itself in Impigi Town Council has damaged, and UNRWA is no more there. Secondly, it's on what we spend on the delay of Mpigi Busega Express. Colleagues, we spend almost 75 million daily care of these delays. We spend almost 2.3 billion monthly care of the delay for Mpigi Busega Express. How are we going to handle this? And what are we doing about it since we're in the budgeting process? Lastly, is this road abandoned? Because nothing is taking place, Honorable Minister, and the ministry seems comfortable. Lastly is the Bujuko Katende Road. It was part of the maintenance program by the Mpigi Busega Express contractors. Since they are no more there, the road is in.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary Robert Ngopek Linus.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, on the issue of handling of infrastructure, by virtue of the discussion we get, it shows how pertinent it is. But there is someone who is missing. We must look for. Who is in the question mark. By the end of the discussion, we shall know who is missing. We plan here. Tomorrow, you go to your consulate, they say that road now is under presidential order. They adjust. You wait 5 years. When the campaign starts, they just put there some machines that there is construction which is ongoing. I'll tell that story from the Kabimbi Road Zero Way to Obulenzi. Every campaign time, they put their machinery that there is something going on. Up to now, you cannot cross to Kayunga via Luero. Nakasongola is becoming a city soon. Now you cannot cross from Chichusa to Nakasongola. There is a floods already there. Now here we are saying, we are planning, we are appropriating. Honorable Minister, sir, here we are planning, we are expecting the best. Even the quality of work is also wanting. We put money, we allocate money, we have to get substantive. The work we get, it's not the best. That's why we are suffering in Kampala. We are seeing where we stay. The roads today, tomorrow you cry. Government come. For what? 2, there is Uganda Airline. We appropriate money for Uganda Airlines, but the returns, they are not the best. Rethink about that. Then the compensation. Many people, the rich people are paid.
Thank you. Honorable Linus Ngopek, Honorable Deke Ann, Honorable Nkunyinji Mwada.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the chairperson of the Infrastructure Committee. In September, the President of Uganda directed the Ministry of Minister of Land, of Works, or Ministry of Works, to locate a ferry on Mutunda Atura Road. And I've not heard it anywhere in the budget. So the minister should also explain why it's missing. And then recently, they opened the Karuma Bridge, and my brothers and sisters from northern Uganda were extremely happy over an old bridge. And yet government has been promising to construct a new bridge. Yes, the contract was signed, but the committee does not emphasize and tell us when the project will commence. Then on the road infrastructure protection, many road signs have been vandalized as the ministry keeps on looking. So what remedies do they have in protecting our road infrastructure? Then finally, Mr. Speaker, since when did our rules of procedure allow members of parliament to come dressed in clothes that have wings or tails, like my brother has donned today? Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Anna Deke, Honorable Nkonyenje.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm privileged because the Minister is a user of the roads in Soroti District, so he will know all those that I'm talking about. One, I appreciate the allocation to the low-cost ceiling roads and to the low-volume roads. I have seen the report make mention of Soroti, and Honorable Minister, please take note of Arapai Katine Tubur Road, Atirir Achuna Asuret Aukot. I'm giving you this because you're a consumer of that service. Also, Honorable Minister, you promised to take some of our roads. We did a tour in Soroti. My voters saw you. They were very hyped. Now I'm there really stranded. I have no answers. And some of them go until Amuria. Please save me because I'm really in bad shape. They know that I took the minister there, but nothing has been done. So, Honorable Minister, save me and save yourself also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Mwada, Honorable Aumarinda.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Then Honorable Ekudoto.
Right Honorable Speaker, in the committee report, they mentioned an aspect of delayed projects. And I want to learn from the committee whether you interrogated the delayed completion or construction of Kasanga Timatuga Road. Whenever I check with the contractor, he says you have totally failed to compensate the project affected persons. And that has occasioned a delay years after years. There's an extension of the project. I want to learn from the committee whether you have interrogated it. Equally, when it comes to delayed absorption of loan, now this costs a taxpayer. These loans have to be repaid. One instance is to do with Mperere Chitezi Road, that stretch under Kampala Capital City Authority. I don't see the Minister for Kampala, but I guess the available ministers can ably answer. What happened? This Parliament appropriated money for that road years ago. Till now, nothing, no works has commenced. What happened? Is there any provision in the report? And it covers a very sensitive area, the Chitezi landfill, where this government of Uganda killed the people for failure to take over and safeguard the people from the landfill. They had to break people's houses to access the landfill, whereas Parliament appropriated money for the landfill. Let's save lives, construct the road. Which order?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to join my colleagues in thanking the committee for the well-elaborated presentation. And on behalf of the people of Lango, would like to thank the government for the Parliamentary Nkunye Road and the rehabilitation of Soroti Kamdini Road. Right Honorable Speaker, Lao is the third in payment of tax in this country. But our road bitumen coverage is 3%. And mainly, these are roads that the former governments have constructed. Since the inception of this government, it's only a Parliamentary Nkunye Road. I request that a Lira, Aloy, Abim, Kotido Road be especially put in this budget for 2 consecutive terms. This has been in the manifesto. There was a time we were called even for handover. The ministry disappeared up to now. And this would boost the business because we have enough industries to supply northern Uganda. We need connection. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honorable Ekudotom, Honorable
Thank you.
Honorable
Right.
Kasa Rogers, Honorable Ngweso, Honorable Mutemburi, Honorable Muuma Milton, Honorable Jan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would also like to draw the attention of the Minister of Works, who comes from Teso, that Soroti Gweri, Toroma, Katakwi Road, you promised that you are going to put it in the budget. But we have not seen it. The report has been read, and we have not seen it. And yet, this is a shortcut to your home, but because the road is in bad shape, it makes you to go longer distance, even together with the VP. Mr. Minister, please, can you put this road in the budget? The other thing I would like to say is, I would like to appreciate the government for 1 billion, which is taken to the districts. It does good work, but the money is small. We still need more money in this activity, such that I have not seen in the report where it has put it, whether to add more money or not, Mr. Minister and the chairperson. The other thing I would like to say is the issue of drainages, waterways out of the road. It is what is spoiling our roads. Even if we construct it today, tomorrow still, if we have not put the drainage systems well, it will still spoil the roads. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Mukasa Rogers, Honorable Nyangweso.
My pleasure, Right Honorable Speaker. Let me hope the Minister is not overwhelmed. Mr. Speaker, my focus is along Chibuye Masaka Road. Severally, I've invited the law, of course, to bear witness on the sole state in which the road is, and how my residents, of course, are dissatisfied, of course, with the supervision that the Ministry of Works, of course, undertakes. And Right Honorable Speaker, I'll also put my focus on the Natete Nakauka Road. Currently, it has been blocked after Natete traffic lights, and putting my residents and traders around that area, of course, in a state that their businesses are stalled. Right Honorable Speaker, and also my other advice, of course, would be that if we could cease installing or maybe earthing these cylindrical or maybe round culverts, sometimes, of course, they lead to faster cloggage of those drainage systems, and we resort to these books or maybe fully structurally constructed those culverts at the point of where they are being earthed. And Right Honorable Speaker, I think that is the main root cause of the floods around Masaka Chibuye Road. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Nyangweso, Honorable Mutemburi.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, the committee, for the report. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to address myself to the Uganda Road Fund. Some time back, after the rationalization, the hard-working Minister of Finance, Honorable Musasizi, rushed here with a motion to reallocate money, especially for those agencies that had been rationalized, to ensure that service delivery is not disrupted. And Right Honorable Speaker, I remember you were the chair of the session that time, and you urged us to quickly consider the motion. I am the chairperson of the Busia Roads Committee, and recently we were informed in the meeting that the Uganda Road Fund money has not been released. And I wanted, unfortunately, the Minister of Finance has just stepped out, but the Minister of Works is here. We want a confirmation after reallocation of that money, and it's not being released. The district was asking, should we replan for the roads that have use of that money? Because right now we are doing the budget for next financial year for the district. Are you going to release money for Q3 that that was not released, but was approved by this parliament through a supplementary. Or we consider it under the new financial year, such that we can have those roads planned for the next financial year. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mutembri, Honorable Mwoma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's very unfortunate that up to now we are still lamenting concerning the roads in this country, and that's why you see most of our colleagues on opposition are smiling. Mr. Speaker, in NDP 3 and NRM manifesto, it was clearly indicated that the road Namutumba, Busolwe, Naumari was supposed to be upgraded in the financial year 2022-2023. All of us were excited. Mr. Speaker, it's very unfortunate that up to now, I had to sleep. I did not even sleep reading through the entire report to see where I would find that road. Unfortunately, it's not even mentioned as one of the roads that anyone's dreaming of being upgraded. Mr. Speaker, this is very unfortunate because Butaleja district is in Bukedi, and we are 7 districts, and only one district, Butaleja, does not have tarmac, which is very unfortunate. Mr. Honorable Minister, please, can you think about this road? Because the moment you work on this road, people from Ruaha will never go to Mbale. They will use that shortcut. People from Maraba will never use Bujiri Road. They will have to use this shortcut. So in one way or the other, economically, we shall be in terms of fuel, distance, and so on. So it's my humble prayer that we give this road the priority so that we also improve the lives of the people of Butareja. 2, in the report you're talking about what I would call a conflict between UCAA and the Minister of Agriculture. You're talking about...
Thank you. Honorable Milton Muma.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Zijan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Salutations to the Committee of Infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, I have to thank government for compensating my people that were affected by the standard gauge railway project. Compensation stands at 85% as of now. And the remaining 15, I pray that it is expedited so that people get value for money. But Mr. Speaker, again, areas where they already compensated people and demolished houses is turning into a habitat for criminals because jungles and bushes have developed in this place. So I request, if need be, you clear my people to be cultivating fast-growing, the neighbors that remain fast-growing crops instead of us having forests in these places that is turning into a security threat. That is one. Mr. Speaker, roads that originally belonged to UNRWA, I have 2 that are costing me a vote if at all I'm not helped in the... Yes, because people are saying, yes, the road is not accessible from Iganga District Headquarters through Nachigo to Bugweri. Then that one from Iganga District Headquarters to Mayuge up to Buonda. These are formerly UNRWA roads, but there's nothing happening and they're impassable as we talk. So, Honorable Minister, this is a request that you intervene as fast as possible. Finally, on 20th December 2020, Honorable Minister, your team, your ministry, including the head of state, the Right Honorable former Speaker, the Right Honorable former Secretary General, the former Minister for Presidents, launched tarmacking of Iganga, Luka, Kamuli Road. People celebrated that this was a Christmas gift then. The equipment disappeared from then to then.
Thank you, Honorable Zijan. Honorable Lee.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Committee, for a wonderful report. Honorable Minister, I would like to address you for a second time about the fate of the project-affected persons of the standard gauge railway between Wairaka and Chimaka. You promised here that the ministry was undertaking to compensating people. Till now, several people affected persons have not been compensated, Some have not been compensated on the pretext that they are in a wetland. Honorable Minister, these so-called wetlands are not gazetted places. These affected persons were identified initially as potential recipients. And then after disclosure, you came back to them and told them that they were not going to be compensated because they were in wetlands. You have compensated some people in Chimaka around Makenke. But there are people who have turned despondent, who have turned destitutes, who can no longer use their land because it was earmarked for that development, and you have not compensated them. They are being tossed around and turned into beggars. We don't know what the gimmick is. Specifically block M147, M148, M149. Mr. Minister, pronounce yourself. The second issue is the road between Chimaka to Umblamuti. That road has appeared several times in the budget. And I want to warn my colleagues that your road appearing in the budget is not a guarantee that there will be implementation, because this road has been there severally, but it has never been funded, and it is turning into a butcher. People around Budondo.
Honorably. While seated there, I was sympathizing with the Honorable Echueru, where he's going to find man's problems. But I cannot also sympathize with him because he has connived with the Minister of Finance to allow government to incur necessary arrears. They are failing to manage the economy, and I don't know what they sit to discuss in cabinet, that we must incur necessary arrears and not be able to utilize loans we borrow. Seated here, I'm now asking who actually speaks for government. Because the other time Prime Minister came here and said the roads like A, B, C, D are going to be in the budget. But today, these things are not there. Honorable members, I would like to move a motion that we must investigate the Committee on Physical Infrastructure. But why do I say we must investigate them? There are so many things government has made commitments to, and the commitments are written. Now, when we look at... Honorably, just, are you a member of the committee? No, I'm not. Yeah. Thank you. I have written commitments. I have seen NDP4, and all those priorities have been switched. Who has messed up with that? I have a list of all the roads that are going to be worked on. I can tell you, honorable members, there's no equity in the project we are going to implement next financial year. If you give this thing time, you are going to find out that you are just here, you'll be blamed for nothing. Because there's nothing in your areas you should be. I was looking at whether maybe is the Speaker of Parliament, whether there are roads that are going to be done in your area. Nothing. So who is this? You know, we had given him a special assignment, and I did not. So conclude. Another 2 minutes to conclude on everybody. I would invite you before we move, before this report is sent to the budget committee. Let us take some time and scrutinize it so that we address all these issues at once. But to conclude with the matter I raised here, I was asking whether this certificate of climate change is there. I was eventually served. What I've found out is that I think it has become a ritual just to write letters like this. There are no district climate action plans. There are no national climate action plans. We even don't know how much money will be put into climate action. Traffic congestion, I said, is costing 1.5 billion in this country, in Kampala here. There is no action. So if we pass this kind of thing, what kind of parliament shall we be? We are all stuck in congestion on streets of Kampala, killing 4 hours, and you come and pass this kind of thing and say it must go to budget committee for harmonization. Ugandans are going to, from today onwards, they are going to query what kind of MPs we are. I thank you. Thank you. But Honorable, return our documents for the clerk. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. But Honorable colleagues, if you've seen, I intentionally gave physical infrastructure. I think we've now done nearly 3 hours. I did it intentionally. I have other, Honorable, no need for standing up. I have a list. If you registered, I'll read your name. If you did not, I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I had already picked. Oh, no. I'm back on my list. Honorable Namuga, Honorable Arimwezo, Honorable Ranya Gilbert, Honorable Ewaru Jonathan.
I want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and you've asked the right question. Are you safe? You are not safe. How I wish Honorable Musasi's was here. Right Honorable Speaker, we are tired of wasting time in this house. Because when you look at the report of the Physical Infrastructure Committee, get back to the issue of arrears, 1.7 trillion. You only made a commitment of 50 trillion. You have a balance of 150 trillion on arrears. People are here lamenting on roads. Where are you going to get the money? And you cannot come up to say you don't have a budget. We are here wasting time. Chabakuza Matete Road, December Bulembiris, you don't have money. Right Honorable Speaker, Mr. Musasizi has to come here and explain why are you putting us in a circus of budgeting. You don't have money. You've severally come to this parliament to lie people. Honorable colleagues, you don't have a budget. You are here lamenting this road, these people have no money. When you look at the unfunded priorities here, you can literally do nothing. So we should get back to the consolidated report on financial statements from the Auditor General. You have nothing. We waste time here, taxpayers' money, for you lamenting about roads when you cannot even afford to work on a single kilometer next financial year. So he's here nodding his head here and around. We don't have money to work on roads, honorable colleagues. You will talk about the equipment. Finance must come here to show us where they are going to get the money. Look at, yes, I'm guiding you, we are wasting money. He should respond, but I'm telling you, Right Honorable Speaker, we have no money. Get back to the private sector. Look at the contractors, 23% interest. The foreign contractors, 3%. Why are you frustrating the private sector? You no longer give contracts to the local contractors. We are suffering with foreign contractors. You come here, buy Uganda, build Uganda. From where? You are giving all the contracts to foreigners, 23% interest. Who will make money? Unemployment to the youth. How are you going to give them jobs? Right Honorable Speaker, we need to become serious. Auditor General submitted a report, and as Park Central, we guided. Why don't we first...
Thank you. No, but honorable colleagues, please. Honorable colleagues, we have money, but it's not enough. So, what we are doing here is to manage the scarce resources. Yes, scarcity does not mean there is nothing. Okay? Yeah, because when you see, we can't say there is no money when works has been given around 6.4 trillion, well, when you're going to get around that much. So there is money, but it's not enough. So how do we manage this scarce resource? That's what we are doing here. So, Honorable Namuga, we cannot abandon this little money we have.
Procedure.
Yes. Honorable Varimwezo, then Honorable Ranya Gilbert.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, well aware that you are a student of economic law. JAM in Uganda is becoming a serious issue. We have projects that are bankable. Kampala Jinja Express Highway is one of the most bankable projects that we have in the country. Like Entebbe Express Highway, one of the most expensive roads in Uganda. By the time they were thinking about Entebbe, they thought it would generate only a mere 2 billion shillings per month. To date, as I speak, Entebbe Express Highway generates over 3.8 billion every month. I believe that Kampala Jinja Express Highway would be even higher, 4 times higher. JAM in Uganda, we lose 240,000 man hours, according to Collins, a UK-based company. We lose 240,000 man hours every day. And this comes to 10 trillion every year. So, since some of us are economics, just think about that. Kampala-Jinja Express Highway, up to now, we don't know how much we are supposed to compensate. And when you look critically at the recommendation of the committee, just urging government to prioritize this without even noting how much the PAPs require, it's a mess. So I want to thank you, but also request you to give details on Kampala-Jinja Express Highway. We spend what?
Thank you. Honorable Ranya Gilbert. Then Honorable Bwaru Jonathan.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to appreciate the committee and the chair, my brother Tona Wany, for presenting an elaborate report. Right Honourable Speaker, for the first time, I would like to appreciate the Minister of Works and his ministry as far as Karomba is concerned. At this time, you have kept your words, and the time frame you are given, you have been following the exact time frame. I would like to appreciate you so much for that. And I pray that all government projects on roads, bridges, the time frame should be kept the way I would like to thank you. Right Honourable Speaker, we have so many roads across the country, and I promised so many roads across the country. For example, in my district, away Amoro to Rhinocom Road, His Excellency promised 5 years down the road, together with ferry at the Rhinocom. Up to now, we are not seeing the work done. And the committee should have looked at the important roads across the country. There are other roads that connect districts, and those roads are not all that very important because the traffic is not heavy on those roads. But we should have prioritized the heavy traffic roads. Right Honourable Speaker, on Jinja Express Highway, I recall in the 10th Parliament, we borrowed money for Jinja Express Highway.
Thank you. Honorable, you know the procurement issue that came with Jinja Express Highway. It's an issue we've been handling on the floor. Yeah.
Right Honourable Speaker, the principle of equity demands that we must share what is available. Right Honourable Speaker, when you look at the ministry now wants 6.4 trillion shillings because of the implementation of the RAPEX projects. Mr. Speaker, I was going somewhere in the documents, my own personal research. Northern Uganda, being the biggest of the regions in the whole country, with a size of 82,000 square kilometers of road, has only 639 kilometers of tarmac road, representing 14%. Eastern Uganda has only 19%. That means Eastern and Northern, they have only 34% of the tarmac road. Western Uganda has 41%. Central here has only 25%. Now, we all pay taxes. I want to appeal to the committee and to the members of parliament that before we adopt this report of the works, the Minister of Works should tell us how much money is going to the north, to the west, to the south, and to the central, and which roads are you going to work on? Because when we pass blindly, other regions are going to miss out. We are seeing what is happening. I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yeah, but Honourable colleagues, you know, I want us to be very cautious about that issue. I've given you my example, okay? Because people sometimes will come, you judge West. The West is having much. Come to my constituency. Come to Wenju. Okay? In my constituency, I've told you, I don't have any single central government road. Okay? So I think honorable colleagues, you have been putting issues here. Let us look at this indeed from a national outlook, but when we start saying this area, then some of us will also say, now call a caucus of central region, of western region, and we see where is Mitoma, and that's not helpful. Okay, that's not helpful, honorable colleagues. But what indeed honorable Jonathan, what he's saying, let's ensure we have, for example, I visited that Zombo area, that Gori Road. It's really unfortunate, because when we say we are doing a road in DRC, that road would open us to DRC, that area of West Nile. You know, you would have opened a huge economic activity if you opened that area. You get it? If you go to this area which Honorable Nyachkongoro has been talking about, I drove through that road when the president was touring, Ankori, passing via Honorable Naomi Chibaju. And the president, Honorable Icheru, the president told the people, he said, please, count this done in July. I was there personally. So now I don't know what anyway. Yes, I have my list here. Honorable Katari Loy, Honorable Medias.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving this opportunity. I would like to thank the committee chair and the members for the detailed report. Honourable Speaker, I'll start from where my colleague stopped on the standard gauge rail. You have 2 minutes, I have to wrap. Standard gauge rail, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Minister, I would like to find out when you are going to pay those who have not yet been paid. On the issue of Amber Court, Budondo Mlamut, Right Honourable Speaker, as my colleague said, year in, year out, we've been hearing about it. It's number 52 on the project supposed to be worked on. Hoping this time you will work on it. And Honourable Minister, I would like to inform you that right now the road is impassable because of the rains. I would like to thank the committee and the members for appreciating that the Jinja-Kampala Express Highway should be a priority road. But as we wait for the main express highway, Right Honourable Speaker, the road is in bad state. Lots of accidents, lots of jam, and impassable. Honourable Minister, we need answers. Right Honourable Speaker, a colleague talked about the contracts that are ongoing during the UNRWA time before we took UNRWA back to the ministry. We have a road of Magamaga, Izu Namagera. Honourable Minister, we need answers because that road has to be worked on. Right Honourable Speaker, the committee talked about people encroaching on the Uganda civil aviation land. I think most times people sleep on work. How did these guys encroach? We leave people to encroach on government land, then they build there, then we come and say, please vacate. What happens? Who's responsible? When these guys are encroaching, why do government people sit back and sleep at job? Then afterwards they tell people, they come, they destroy their property, and they send them packing. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Natkunda Medias, Honourable Semwanga Javira.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I will talk about the issue of Ntungamo-Rukunji Highway, which is in a very, very bad state. Just last week, we had an accident, a bus, perfect coaches colliding with a taxi, and we lost about 6 lives. And that's just only for last week. If I could mention the number of people that have died on that road, I think there are too many. Kindly give us a solution and work on this road as soon as you can. Then also the road maintenance, the road equipment for maintenance. The funds for maintaining the equipment are too low. The 10% that you give them is just not enough. They used to operate on 15%, but that was also a challenge. What can 10% do? So I kindly request that you increase their budget to 20% so that they are able to maintain the road equipment. Then on the district bridges, just last season, the last rainy season, most of the district bridges were washed away in Rukunji. We have Njororo, we have Omuruhita, Kansheche. All these bridges were washed away, and it is now another rainy season. We don't know what to tell the people. They are all looking on us. They are counting on us for responses. kindly, Minister of Works, kindly hear the voices of the people of Rukunjiri and work on these bridges. Then on the districts that are too big and also the terrain of Kigezi, Rukunji is a very big district. One road equipment is not enough. And most of the times it is, when it works on one sub-county, it is out of use. It needs to be maintained. If you cannot give us another equipment, at least let the funds for maintenance be availed at a timely response. I thank you.
Honorable Javira.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the government for the 1 billion grant. However, Right Honorable Speaker, some of that money is used to hire excavators. How the House thinks about giving money of buying excavators per district. Because an excavator can go for 500 million, and when you calculate by 146 districts, that is about 73 billion. It's workable, Right Honorable Speaker. Secondly, I also have issues of roads, for example, Rumbuguli. But the challenge to finance, the issue is no funds. No funds. Here are the funds, Right Honorable Speaker. Everyone has talked about Jinja Kampala Express Highway. It is a public-private partnership project. Right Honorable Speaker, we have to investigate, we have to think about PPPs in this country. Because PPPs alone on that project, which is about $1 billion US, they increase the cost by about 20%. Why don't we have an economic analysis by the Minister of Finance and Works here and present to us when it is fully public and PPP? Then we shall solve the problem and save about 20%. Because, Right Honorable Speaker, the traffic jam along Jinja Road, it has traffic jam alone contributes 6% loss of the GDP in Uganda. We have to think about it and solve it once and for all. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Okrol Bosco, Ababiku Jessica.
I want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I noticed we have read 2 books of the Bible. We, the MPs, have read the book of Lamentation and understood it very well. The ministers have understood the Acts of the Apostle. But, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to look at the report, and mostly the initial statement. It's very attractive. It talks about providing reliable transport infrastructure. But I think I want to be very basic and to the point that if we want to provide a reliable transport infrastructure, it's important that we understand what are the bottlenecks. For a road to be worked on, we know we need a grader, we need excavator, we need some of these things. We have requested, Honorable Minister, time and again, that the cost of you even repairing an equipment from Katakwi back to Jinja, because all that area we come to Jinja, why don't we as a parliament resolve that we have these graders, excavators at a sub-regional levels? It can help us. Because, Right Honorable Speaker, we did provide money for the 1 billion. But I will tell you right now, all the districts are struggling to utilize that money. But you'll find that 3, 4, 5 districts all want the excavators. Now, without the excavator, you can't advance. At the end of the day, it is counterproductive. And there's no work moving. Even while we have provided money, we have limited. You cannot go and dig without a hole. We need to provide the hole so that we can be able to. Otherwise, Right Honorable Speaker, and my dear colleague, the Minister, I really want to look at the weight you're carrying.
Honorable Babiku, thank you, Honorable Bosco. Honorable Babiku, followed by Honorable Auma Kenny.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I want to thank government for our beautiful road, Atiakomi Road, which is almost going to be done. However, we have a big challenge connecting us to Obongi, the Sinyanya Road. Yearly, people get cut off. and the ministry has tried, but I'll propose that you think of a more permanent solution, knowing that even we don't have proper roads in Obongi. That is the only road that can aid our movement from Obongi to Adjumani and vice versa. The second issue is about maintenance of our equipments at the regional center. The regional centers can give us backups, but the amounts voted to maintain our equipment is so inadequate. Therefore, I will move that we look at that vote and we add them more money. That is our next option to rescue the districts. Issues of bridges and culverts to support the districts. Honourable Minister, this can be a priority. I have places which are cut off totally, just because we cannot provide culverts. We cannot work on the bridges. If we can increase our money, Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, that will help our people. You can imagine within a district, sub-counties are cut off. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honourable Auma Kenny, Honourable Dr. Batua, Honourable Kayondo Fred.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, this very Parliament approved a loan from Islamic Development Bank for the construction of Kum Masindi Port Ferry. Up to now, there's nothing which has been done on that road. I want the Honourable Minister to clarify, because even the contract was signed, but there's nothing on the road. Honourable Minister, you need to clarify to our people, because that is a bit that most of us will go whenever we are going to Lango sub-region. And then too, my issue is about, I don't know whether the Honourable Minister knows that most of the roads that were under UNRWA no longer impassable. For example, I have a road called Aduhu Nambieso Road. That road has been cut off. Children can no longer access school. Community can no longer even access Nambieso Health Center 3. Right Honourable Speaker, this is the road that connects our people from Nambieso to Aduhu, those ones who are coming to Health Center and those ones who are coming to our main market in Aduhu. I therefore, and also a district headquarters which is in Aduhu, I therefore request that, I also recommend that the chair of the committee has recommended and also approved that we need to put some money for that very road, for the rehabilitation of such road. So I also support the recommendation of the Honourable Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Dr. Batua, Honourable Kayondo.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, through you, we want to know the fate of the land titles of the people of Ambakot, Chimaka, generally people affected by the Jinja, Mbulamuti, Kamulibukungu Road. This road has been promised since 2001, it's now 25 years, and it had reached a high stage of procurement to make it now a bitumen class 2 road, and that was under UNRWA. Unfortunately, UNRWA is now rationalized, it's under your docket, Honourable Minister. So we do not know the fate, whether you're going to progress and deliver that road, or we've now seen the end of that promise. But along with that road, Jinja City was promised 20 kilometers, and those 20 kilometers were to pave the roads within the city. I cry for the road that goes into the industrial area. In that area, we find the Bidco Uganda Limited, a company that is paying a lot of tax. It is one of the 10 tax-paying companies, highest paying companies in Uganda. But along with that, they are still rolling mills. There is one making iron sheets. That road serves industries, basically. So we want to know the fate of this project. It was on pre-financing arrangement, and we were ready to receive it, but we do not know whether when you took UNRWA, we also lost the project. So people are eager to listen to you on that. Lastly, at a national level, the substances that make a road like aggregate, maram, and maybe in the near future bitumen are going to be locally sourced. What is the cost of the road? Why is it so high? Are we paying for the skill? Are we paying?
Thank you. Honorable Kayondo, Honorable Mudimi.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you. And I thank the committee. Indeed, when they talked about the way they don't understand the criteria used in distribution of ferries, then I knew that that report was made by the able leadership of the Infrastructure Committee. Chair, I stood here several times reminding this government how President came to my constituency in 1996 and promised a ferry to Kome. Mr. Chor was touched. He called me, he convinced me thoroughly. And I was convinced. Mr. Chor, I'm here. Where is the ferry of Kome? Yes. To make matters worse, when they are testing ferries for other areas, they use Kome water. And then after, they take away the ferries. No, Mr. Chor, I'm here. You're here, you are reading the budget. What is the ferry of Kome? The best we are seeing around is NRM moving around to restore the lost love. That's now, we no longer love them, so they must restore the love. Come to Kome and ask for that lost love. Love without action is dead. Honorable Speaker, let us not behave like the baboon monarchy, which forgot nothing and learned nothing. Why are you forgetting nothing and learning nothing? For 30 years, you made that promise and nothing is done. Honorable Speaker, let us not forget the floods that have been happening around Kampala here. Right now, because the floods are away, we are a bit quiet. We are forgetting nothing and we are learning nothing. I was almost happy that one citizen had to change the route, now using Munyonyo Road, because of the catastrophe that appeared. Now he has gone back. Chair, we abuse still.
Thank you.
Right Honorable.
Thank you. Honorable Mudimi.
I also take the opportunity to thank the committee for the report. Right Honorable Speaker and
Honorable Mudimi, please, the floor is yours.
Right Honorable.
Please, let's listen to Honorable Mudimi.
Members are talking about the Kampala Jinja. But another nightmare is from Jinja to Nakalama. It is a 40-kilometer stretch, but you can use more than 3 hours. So when we are planning for Jinja, Kampala Jinja, we also need to plan for up to that Nakalama side. Short of that, I don't think it's going to solve the problem. Second, Right Honorable, government took a decision to forcefully acquire people's land to resettle people. Those areas of Kivala and others. But many people are demanding money under land fund. And some of these cases are far as the 1990s. And you are compensating a person whose valuation you've done in 1999. And you are giving that Minister of Land to divert from the roads. Really, it's that value for money. Some of them are even trying to look around to get money, and they have even taken their titles. I have a family in Kakumiro. They took the title. One of the members is very sick. He wants to go for treatment abroad. They are not paying them. They cannot go to the bank to borrow. So my in-law the other day was saying,
Sorry about that. But Honorable Minister, we have titles of very many people where the projects ended, very many people. And you even compensated some, took the money, but the titles, you've not returned people's titles. Okay? People need those titles. Honorable Mara, Honorable Mwishuche, then Lop. Oh, yes, I saw Ongisto Emma. I saw his name somewhere. Sorry, I'm going to cross check. Because I have the list. I had at least Okaye Bob Ongzoema. Yes, let me check which list.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Given the complaints that the honourable members have made, Right Honourable Speaker, it looks like we are in a conundrum. If you look, some of these roads were already in NDP3, where work had already started, things like valuation, the technical work that people do, and the same roads are in NDP4. But what is coming from the report of the committee, some of the roads which we had already started has not been captured in the report. And I also note in the budget for the financial year 2025-2026. For example, Honorable Minister, you know this, the Lira, Aloy, Otuke, Abim, Kotido Road, which Honorable Linda referred to, 179 kilometers covering 6 districts. That is Lira City, Lira District, Aleptong District, Otuke, Abim, and Kotido. How come after the work has been done? Because we were excited. That was the first tarmac road that was going to pass through some of our places. You did valuation, and people were waiting to be compensated. What we were expecting now for the graders to start working. Now they are not even in the plan. How do we defend the plan of government, which is in the NRM manifesto, and also in NDP3 and in NDP4? So I think, Right Honourable Speaker, we need to relook at the list as budget committee. We shall align it with NDP4 and see how we really arrive at some of.
Thank you, Honourable Mujuche. Then Honourable Kaye Bob, Honourable Ngithoe.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I am concerned about the issue of 1 billion, where in some districts the engineers insist that part of it should be used for repairing the, and you find that the 100 billion, about 300 million is on repair. So at the end of the day, you don't use the 1 billion